How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2017 WWE Payback review right here on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, joined by my co-host, as always, the blissful boss, Mr. Cobra himself, Cobra Cappy.
Very blissful.
And also be joining in the show, Michael Chau, at Michael Chau TV. He is here. Say hello to everybody, Michael Chau.
I'm not finished with you. That's right. I'm not finished with you guys. I'm back on again. I am from San Jose, the side of Payback. So, guys, thank you for letting me on this special episode with you guys.
Yeah, you are the host from the West Coast.
That is right.
Joining here on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast for the third time.
So before we get into it, can you explain, you said you had somebody that tried to go in and get that Bailey t-shirt that was exclusive to SAP Center?
Yeah, so I don't know how if you guys have attended any sporting events in your guys' town.
Yep. So
basically, at the HP Pavilion, you line up outside, and then when you go inside, they basically only allow people with the tickets to go inside. So you would line up, and as soon as you get to the door, they won't allow you to go inside, and that is where they have the WWE shop. And there are some people outside who sell shirts, but I think those are like the, what do you call them, the knockoff shirts?
Yeah.
You know, stuff that's especially made.
We know those, yeah, those guys.
Yeah, so I had a friend of mine who was actually going down to the arena. He didn't buy tickets because just like me, he doesn't like Raw. So both of us ended up not buying tickets. And he actually went to the back to see some of the superstars come in. He did see Bailey. And he saw, so this is kind of funny, he saw Randy Orton there. So it kind of ruined the fact of the House of Horrors thing. He saw him there. So obviously Randy Orton wasn't at the house. And so, yeah, they saw him for a split second. And, yeah, he tried to get in, but they said he wouldn't allow him in for a ticket. So he basically just went home.
I hate how they do those event-exclusive shirts. I think that's crap.
Mm-hmm.
But from the event today, we had WWE Payback. And basically for this first half of the show, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just listening in, we're going to give our review and analysis and, first reactions of what we just saw. If we can even call that a pay-per-view. I mean, we had the expectations of this being a really shit pay-per-view, and, it was all right. I mean, it was okay. Greg says, what's up, guys, in the chat? What is going on, Glorious Enigma? Name change by Glorious Greg.
Can you go back to Glorious Greg, please? I can't handle you as Enigma.
Why not?
You know my feelings about Jeff Hardy. Anyways.
Yeah. God,
Toothless Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can freaking hear that. I'm like, we're getting like a massive rainstorm right now here in, I guess you can say beautiful Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, but it is piss pouring out.
It's
and
raining like the falls over here.
It sounds like there's a tin outside the window here, and it's just pouring into the tin. I can hear it.
Nope.
Oh, man. Anyways, Greg says yes, repackage. Anyways, Payback. I'm still trying to process everything. I was just dying so hard of the ending of Payback. That was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. But, of course, we had to have Roman end up strong, and it happened on Raw Talk. We had Roman, and if anyone didn't see it, Roman's about to be loaded into, like, this mini ambulance, and all we hear in the background is, I'm not finished with you! Braun comes running, but Roman ducks out of the way, and Strowman takes the door off the ambulance clean and goes into like a pile of random boxes that were just sitting there. It looked like a giant pyramid of boxes.
Yeah, they weren't placed there or nothing.
No.
Right?
But he goes crash into that, and then Strowman kind of runs away. Sort of. Waddles away.
So, Michael Chau, did you see that at least, or your network still?
I didn't. I missed it. They told me about it, and I was like, oh, man, did I miss this? Why wouldn't they show this on the show? Because aren't pay-per-views normally like 3 hours? I was looking at my clock. I'm like, it's like, well, here in California, it's about 7:40. So it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. So why didn't they show this on the show?
Yeah, they had an extra 20 minutes because usually they end at 11 for us.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like they needed to save it for Raw Talk, maybe to get people to actually tune into Raw Talk. I don't know if that was.
They were already watching the network. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was Raw where they had to turn over to the network. They were already on the network watching.
I feel like they could have just saved that for the actual show. They could have just kept recording. I don't know why they ended the show and then make it appear on Raw Talk. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it's almost like they trying to make Raw Talk this thing that people must tune into every time it's on. So they made it part of that instead of the actual pay-per-view itself. even though they still had the replay graphics of Payback during Raw Talk. Anyways, that was the ending. If you guys missed it out there, that was what happened backstage after the end of that match. So let's just start off from the pre-show. I thought we would start off with Miz TV, and we didn't. We started off with the actual match that was announced this previous week of Big Cass and Enzo. Big Cass and Enzo against the Club. And holy shit, man. This match was faster than I could look up from my phone after looking at Twitter.
I
This
wasn't
was
even
so
at your
quick.
house yet.
Yeah, Corporate Cappy was still getting the pizza. He wasn't even at my house yet, and he comes in and I tell him, "Oh, you missed the match." And he's like, "Well, what'd I miss?" I'm like, "Pretty much nothing, because nothing happened out of this match. It was so quick that if you blinked, you missed it." For one, I didn't like the Club getting buried here. I don't know about that.
I think Enzo and Cass needed a win. They hadn't won in a while.
In a pre-show, though?
The pre-show, the faces always got to win in a pre-show. You know that.
I guess. I don't know.
Michael Chau, you see this?
My reaction is just I'm kind of meh about it.
Did you see it?
Oh, did I see it? Yeah, I saw it. I don't know why they do that from now on. Like they start playing matches in the middle of the pre-show, because I don't like the pre-show. I think it's pretty cringe. I do not like anyone on the panel, so I usually just tune in maybe 10 minutes before the pay-per-view, thinking the match is going to be last. Yeah. But now, as of late, they keep playing matches like maybe in the middle, like trying to get fans to actually tune in.
You know what I find
for the
about
pre-show?
The pre-show? You know what I find that I don't like what they do? They show the promos. The whole pre-show is half promo-based. They show the promos for matches that are already shown during the show before the match. You know what I mean? It kind of ruins the build of a match when we get to like the Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe match in the middle of Payback, and we get the promo beforehand to get you hyped for it. I'm like, okay, I've already seen this in the pre-show, so I can't really get hyped for it, right?
They re-show the promos too much.
Yeah, it's very, very promo-heavy pay-per-views, and I hate how they show the promos in the pre-show before the actual match, or the actual show. So I actually don't like that. I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like it ruins and takes a lot out of matches. But that's just my opinion.
I totally agree.
I wouldn't disagree with that either.
Yeah. Then we moved on. We had Miz TV with Finn Balor as the special guest. We had a couple people over. I wasn't really paying attention. It didn't really interest me. I overheard some of the lingo they were talking to each other about, like Balor bringing up the Balor Club, and San Jose is the Balor Club, and I heard Miz. I don't really remember.
Miz has two choices.
Miz has two choices. He can join. Yeah,
which we know he's not going to do, or he can be the first inductee into the Balor kicked my ass club.
We kind of we predicted this like on our own today. Like we knew it was going to happen, and it happened. I guess this is actually the Kindle start to the feud for Balor and Miz, because I originally thought it was supposed to be Wyatt and Balor, but that's still going to happen. But I guess Balor is going to be feuding with Miz first, and Wyatt's actually going to be feuding with Ambrose after Payback.
And then they'll switch after, I guess.
I don't know. Whatever.
I think there's going to be a filler kind of feud, because, since Raw's over, they now have to wait for SmackDown to have their pay-per-view. So they basically have, 2 months until the next pay-per-view?
Yeah,
so I think that's when they're going to do the Bray thing. But one thing I want to take away from this is the one interesting thing is that, Finn Balor brought up his rematch, and then Miz kind of made fun of him. He was like, do you know who the Universal Champion is? It's Brock Lesnar. He would destroy you.
Yeah,
and,
that guy's got a 3-month title defense clause in his contract. He's going to fight it for 3 months. You know who that guy is? Yeah. The guy you won't see for 3 months. So why should Finn Balor be scared of a guy that's not going to be on TV for fucking 3 months?
Oh, man. That's another thing. It's weird. They keep teasing matches that's going to probably be a long time from now. They've teased, the Roman versus Brock Lesnar match. They've teased, Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar. They're teasing Rusev at the Money in the Bank. Why do they keep teasing so many matches,
so
in
far
advance?
Ahead of time. Yeah. I hated that too. Focusing on the present.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here. If they're gonna go, I really don't think Balor and Lesnar is gonna be that all exciting. I really don't want to see that. Just in my opinion. What I do see happening by SummerSlam, Lesnar is probably going to face either Strowman or Roman Reigns. Sad to say Roman Reigns, but it's gonna be one of those two. Oh yeah, aren't they saving Roman for WrestleMania for Brock Lesnar? Oh, yeah, the what's it called? The recrowning,
the crowning moment for Roman Reigns for a third time.
WWE's probably gonna make us forget about the WrestleMania the 31 match.
31. Well, yeah. Michael Chau, you were there when Rollins cashed in.
I was. It was one of the best moments ever.
No, they gotta rehab that moment. They actually have to have Roman Reigns pin Brock Lesnar, or else it didn't count. So they want to make sure Roman looks big here. Man, look what Vince does. He not listen to the crowd? San Jose ate Roman alive as soon as the pay-per-view was done. We got the "Thank you, Strowman" chants and the "You deserve it" chants again. Oh my God! Did he honestly sit here and think that looking strong at the end of pay-per-views and beating Brock Lesnar is gonna put Roman Reigns over? They gotta stop pushing him as a babyface. It's literally sickening.
I saw what they did tonight. They were trying to play the sympathy angle. This dude's so beat up.
That's the worst idea.
Because usually when superstars get beat up, or even if they lose, the fans would usually cheer for them, knowing the fact they put on a very good effort. But it was the total opposite. They were booing him. They were saying, "You deserve this." I was like, my goodness, the guy's brother just passed away. You were all sick people. Yeah. And I live in San Jose, so you were all shame, shame.
Yeah, shame. I don't know. But getting back on the topic of Finn Balor and Miz, I don't know, man. That's weird kind of feud. It's interesting because we haven't had something like that before. It's going to be one of those feuds that are, not replayed and rinsed and repeated. We haven't seen Balor and Miz go at it before, so I don't know. Maybe it'll be a good feud. Both guys are in the same weight class, so maybe it'll be a good match. Who knows? So, I am sort of intrigued for it. I'm sort of intrigued. If it's going to mean to a future Balor and Wyatt feud, then why not? Sure, have that in between until Backlash is over. Sure. Anyways, let's move past the pre-show. We open the pay-per-view up with the U.S. title match, and I actually thought this would be later in the show. I predicted in our own picks with our buddies here. I predicted Cesaro and Sheamus and the Hardys to open the show. Because back when Matt and Jeff Hardy were a tag team, even in the pre-PG era and during the PG era, they used to open pay-per-views all the time. So I actually thought it was going to be them. Ends up being the U.S. title match, and I was intrigued. I was like, oh, this is interesting. But the finish, I don't understand. What is happening? Why is Jericho winning clean and actually winning the title? And what does this mean for Kevin Owens? They never clarified what would happen if he lost this match. They basically said whoever wins this match will be a SmackDown superstar with the U.S. title. They said nothing about the loser. And they never gave us a reasoning on what if Jericho won, what would happen to Kevin Owens? Would he be fired from SmackDown? Would he have to go to Raw? They didn't clarify anything.
They only gave us one side of the story. And I don't know. I mean, I love Jericho winning, but it just made no sense to me.
Yeah.
And I thought he's going on tour.
He is. He's supposed to be. I looked at the Fozzy tour lineup. His May schedule is packed. I actually think I've seen a tour during a Monday night. He can't be on Monday Night Raw anymore. Actually, that makes more sense now. I saw when it was on Monday, and I'm like, oh, he can't be there.
So they switched him to SmackDown because of his tour. Okay, makes sense.
I don't think he's going to be able to do both, though. And we got Trey Patterson in the chat here. Says new to the podcast, but let's go Y2J.
That's our buddy Tyler Jones' friend.
Oh, Trey, that's him? Yep. Oh, what's going on, Trey?
Hey, Trey.
Greg also has an interesting idea. He puts, have a Money in the Bank ladder match with Raw superstars. How? It's SmackDown.
Yeah, and well, I mean, they had SmackDown matches tonight on Raw.
Have Bobby Roode debut at Mania, win the contract, and wait till Lesnar and Reigns match. Oh my God! Wait, what?
I don't know.
Mania. Greg, rewrite your message here. Have a Money in the Bank ladder match with Raw superstars. Have Bobby Roode at Mania, win the contract, and wait till Lesnar and Reigns match. Cash in when Reigns and Lesnar are down. Roode runs down to the ring and cashes a glorious DDT.
Is this a Prince Jones prediction?
Is this a Seth Rollins treatment? So you're basically saying what Seth Rollins did.
So, Michael Chau, do you think Jericho's going to lose the title on Tuesday?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. So Jericho's confirmed for Raw tomorrow on in Sacramento, California. So just in my opinion, I think there probably might do a rematch clause because Kevin Owens is entitled to his rematch clause, and I'm thinking maybe Kevin Owens might win and then go to SmackDown. Because I gotta tell you right now, SmackDown needs Kevin Owens. Like, I like Jericho, but when Kevin Owens lost, I was like, oh my gosh, that means Jericho's going to SmackDown, and we're going to lose Jericho for a while because he's going on tour.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole mix-up with who's AJ Styles going to face now. Is he going to face Jericho now?
He's the number one contender. It makes no sense.
Does this guarantee AJ Styles is going to beat Jericho on Tuesday? Well, I don't even know Jericho's even confirmed for Tuesday, but I do know he's confirmed for tomorrow. This is guaranteed, so I guess we'll just have to wait.
Just doesn't make sense.
I basically think it's the shakeup. It's literally shaking things up to the point where nothing's making sense, and we're literally waiting until something happens to get clarification. And
You just have all these superstars all over the place.
I don't get it. I don't like it, and I don't get it. I really hope we don't get a Raw versus SmackDown match at Backlash. If they went in the direction that they wanted to go and have exclusive pay-per-views, why the fuck are you having Raw people show up on SmackDown pay-per-views and SmackDown people showing up on Raw pay-per-views? What's the point then? Why do the shake-up and draft if you're going to have this happen over and over again?
Another reason why the shake-up was rushed and it wasn't thought out properly.
Yeah, that's why the rumors that have come out lately, I think, are actually true. We're actually going to be getting another WWE draft sometime this year. And maybe they'll actually think about it this time.
Don't push your luck.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe one day, like, oh yeah, we were supposed to have a draft. Well, let's have it tomorrow night. Oh, why not? Sure, we'll put these guys over here and these guys over here.
I did write down one thing. I did like how Owens did break up one of the walls of Jericho with the finger again, just like he did at Mania. I thought that was pretty.
Oh yeah, they did that. Remember, you put the finger. That finger is on the list too.
But then you put him in a second walls and he tapped out. So Michael Chau, did you see this match?
I did. So like I said, the connection went out during the match, so I saw the beginning, and then I saw the ending. So I did see the finger moment. And then another moment which I thought was funny is after Jericho won, there was this fan in the crowd that had the list of Jericho, and Chris Jericho signed it, and then he showed what was on the other side of the list. It's just a blank piece of paper that says Kevin Owens, and I thought that was really
That was great, and like Jericho signed it for him. That was great.
I like that.
But still, the match didn't make sense.
Yeah.
The ending didn't make sense. I love Jericho, but if he's leaving on tour, why have SmackDown gain a superstar that's not even going to be there, like John Cena? Doesn't make sense.
And I'm hoping the rumors still come true. And I was talking about this during Payback with Corporate Cappy, Michael Chau, and the other people. The rumor that I read a month ago, I'm still crossing my fingers and hoping it comes true, that John Cena does return. And I honestly think it's making more sense now after seeing his movie preview tonight during Payback. I think John Cena comes back, and due to the rumors, he comes back, wins the WWE title, and at SummerSlam, we're getting Shinsuke versus John Cena for the WWE title. And Shinsuke's going to beat it there. He's going to beat John Cena. This is going to my theory. He's going to beat John Cena. By the time we get to the Royal Rumble, Shinsuke is still champion. He's going to have his. He's going to basically do what he's doing now. He doesn't actually have matches. He kind of just appears once in a while. He's kind of going to be like Brock Lesnar based, but he'll appear more on TV, unlike Brock Lesnar. And then by Royal Rumble, we'll get AJ Styles. He actually wins. We're actually going to get someone who we actually want to win a Royal Rumble for once. Not like the entire Evolution stable and Roman Reigns. We're actually going to get someone we actually want. And then Styles is going to win, and then challenge Nakamura. We're finally going to get the Nakamura Styles in WWE everyone's been wanting to see, and WWE keeps teasing. And that's going to be for the WWE title at next year's WrestleMania.
That's got to be a match that they save. That can't be like a No Mercy match.
Yeah, no, that's got to be WrestleMania 100%, locked in, WWE title match. But I think that's going to happen. If the rumor is true that Shinsuke Nakamura will face John Cena at SummerSlam, that's my opinion on what they should do. Whether WWE does it or not, we don't think so, obviously. They always do the opposite of what we actually think is going to happen. So, but that's just me. But that's the rumored match. Like, what do you think about that? Shinsuke and John Cena.
That sounds really good. I mean, it would be a good way for John Cena. Let's face it, the guy is part-time now, so it'd be good that he just puts over the talent. There was a year where I think, if you guys remember, it was at SummerSlam where it was John Cena versus Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan actually beat John Cena clean.
Yeah.
But then I think Randy Orton cashed in the Money Bank right afterwards, but it's kind of John Cena just passing on the torch to Daniel Bryan and doing the same to AJ Styles, so
And he's got a movie. They premiered it today on Payback. The Wall, his new movie, and it's not WWE Studios, shockingly. And I think he's gonna come back and win the title in a way to promote his movie because he said, and I remember him talking about it in interviews, that this movie is gonna be his first big movie, like big Hollywood movie. So I think that's a really great way for him to come back and win the title and promote his movie at the same time. So that's the only reason why I think that the rumor with Nakamura and John Cena is going to come true. But anyways, we're getting a little off topic here. Let's get right back into Payback. Right after the United States title match, we had the Cruiserweight title match. So we found it interesting throughout the show here that they put all the title matches first. And we ended the show off with 2 non-title matches. 3. So now we get the Cruiserweight title in the second match. And my God, I thought this was going to be the moment we were finally going to see Austin Aries win the title. I thought this was going to be it. But nope. Neville wins once again.
Grabs the ref's shirt.
And throws. It's a DQ. That was the worst part. I'm like, come on. It's another way of Vince shitting on the Cruiserweights, man. Honestly. What the fuck do you end in a DQ for? Save that shit for 205 Live.
And it was actually a pretty good match.
It was a great match until then. I enjoyed it. Up until the end of it, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? He throws the referee, and he DQ. Oh, come on, ref. Grow a set of balls, man. He chucked you out of the way.
I'm pretty sure Asuka didn't get DQ and did the exact same thing.
Unbelievable. I don't know. I didn't like it, and the fact that now that Neville is still a champion over that it makes me think, when the hell is this guy ever going to lose a title now?
Well, he is the king of the cruiserweight. Now he has T.J. Perkins on his side.
In his corner, T.J. Perkins, my
we did not see tonight, which I was shocked. But Michael Chau, did you see any of this match?
I did see this match, and gosh, I hate when matches end like this, with even worse so the referee calling it. Like, okay, I would have been less upset if Neville just maybe grabbed the chair and just hit Austin Aries, okay? Just the ref ending the match is just, it's the worst case scenario. I hate. It was dumb.
Sorry?
Oh, if I was Austin Aries, I might as well just, wailed on the ref. I'm like, if I'm going to get disqualified, I might as well just keep beating up the ref.
God. Right. This brings back flashbacks to me from the Charlotte Natty match where Charles Robinson just rang the bell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is like that level bad.
I don't know. We got Trey Patterson in the chat here saying save Aries for a bigger pay-per-view. I'd love that. If they saved it for SummerSlam, maybe I can get behind that. But I honestly think this was going to be it. He's getting his payback, pun intended, from WrestleMania. Because me thinking that this is so, I guess I can't say late into the show, being the second match of the show from their pre-show match at WrestleMania. I mean, you had a bigger card like WrestleMania, and they got put on the pre-show. But then now they're getting put in the second match of the night on Payback, on the main show. They're not subject to the pre-show there. Like, okay, maybe this is actually the moment we get Austin Aries winning the title.
But no, we have a ref spot ending it.
Yeah, no, we get a ref spot ending it. Who knows what's going to happen if Austin Aries even gets another rematch or if they have another challenger in place, but I don't know. If WWE is complaining that 205 Live or Vince is complaining 205 Live is doing so bad, this was a bad way to get your division up and to get people interested in.
The match was great, but it had to end right as well.
Yeah. I don't know. If they have something planned for Raw tomorrow night, then whatever.
And realistically, these two guys are the two big stars of 205 Live.
Yeah. Seriously, until they sort of have the talent to have bigger stars, but they're not using it because clearly there's no lack of direction in 205 Live. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Cruiserweight Classic was literally run by Triple H at NXT, and as soon as it made its way to the main roster and became 205 Live, Vince and Michael Hayes and all those fucks took over, and they're, oh, wow, I wonder why this show's doing so bad.
And I mean, like Michael Chau, I like T.J. Perkins' heel turn, but there needs to be more with that.
Yeah, whatever.
Definitely. And how many times do we need to see Austin Aries take on Neville? I mean, it looks like they're building toward a third time. And at a point where you keep on having the same match, it's just going to be as bad as the worst of 7 series or Bray Wyatt taking on Randy Orton, which has totally run its course. So they need to just do something. If Austin Aries had won, at least it's a change, which they can go and continue the feud. But Austin Aries is not winning, and I feel like they're going to keep going with Austin Aries and Neville.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to another match, yeah.
Oh, my God. They really should not overplay this feud.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to move on for that feud. and we're going to go to the tag team match. So again, another title match. So that's three. We had 3 straight title matches. So now we get the tag team title match. We had the Hardys against Cesaro and Sheamus, and I actually like this match.
This was actually probably the best match, in my opinion.
Broken Matt was freaking hilarious throughout this entire match, and Jeff Hardy, man, the guy that takes the most bumps out of anyone on the roster, the bumps he took in this match. Holy
He took
shit.
that huge fall when Sheamus Irish whipped him.
Yeah, and threw him through the ropes.
Fell through the
yeah,
ropes.
he literally just
He
fell.
landed right on his back. It was bad.
God, and how many painkillers is that guy on?
I don't know. But then he took a white Matt took a white noise off the top
Yeah,
rope.
from the top turnbuckle. Jesus. Oh, it's
And,
nuts. And Matt shown his broken brilliance a lot throughout this match. He did throughout in the pre-show. We had a moment with Golden Truth and them reuniting with the Hardys because they've had his Goldust obviously with the Hardys and the Attitude Era and stuff like that. I guess Golden Truth are facing the winners of this match, so we're gonna get a Golden Truth versus Hardys for the tag team titles.
I assume after what we saw tonight, Cesaro and Sheamus are going to interfere in that match.
And then, what if Golden Truth wins the titles?
I think you'll stop watching wrestling.
Trey said Cesaro gained a new fan here tonight. They're good.
Yeah, well, we'll
Trey,
get
man,
into that.
we would talk about me and Corporate Cafe talk about this on the podcast all the time. At first we critiqued it and we criticized it that Sheamus and Cesaro would not work. It's a terrible pairing, but they've actually grown on us and they've actually proved it to everyone that they become a legitimate tag team in tag team division. They have wonderful chemistry. Wonderful chemistry.
Michael Chau, on your podcast this week, I know you said that Cesaro's better as a face, but
they're heel now. What's your reaction to Cesaro heel now? Do you like that or what?
I'll have to wait and see. But okay, so I think this is going to be good because before it was Cesaro that was basically the baby face and Sheamus was kind of the heel, so it was kind of a yin and yang situation. And now they're basically going full heel on both of them. So I'm very glad they're going in this direction. And this could be a really, really good dominant heel team. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think it seemed like they did it because they have too many face teams on Raw.
Yeah.
And with the Revival being out, they kind of needed a secondary heel team with the club because they didn't really have one.
Trey says heel is 10 times better. And yeah, it is. I think their gimmick is so heel. It's not face whatsoever.
But it's a shame because Cesaro gets cheered because we love Cesaro. Everyone loves Cesaro.
He'll still get cheered as a heel, guaranteed. When they go to the right cities, he'll get cheered. When they go to the freaking casual mark cities, he'll get booed.
And, I just want to say that I did like the ending of this match. And can we talk that? I don't know if Jeff Hardy is concussed, but he was on the wrong side of the rope when he was supposed to get the tag.
Oh my god! Yeah. Okay. So after the brutal spot of him taking a boot to the face by Sheamus and losing a tooth. Near the end of the match, he was actually on the wrong corner, and Matt looked kind of confused, and I think it was Sheamus in the ring. He looked kind of confused. But if you listen carefully, the ref was like, "Yo, Jeff, you're in the wrong corner," and Jeff was holding on to the rope in the wrong corner, and then the camera kind of pans over, and you can see that the camera changed. And then when it finally changed back to the hard camera, he's back. He was walking back to his regular corner, and that's when they made the tag. I actually think he was concussed here, and he didn't know where he was. And that's kind of a scary moment right there. If that's actually legit, then if that's not a sell job, then Jeff's in trouble, man. I don't know what's going on with that.
He still completed the match where he did the twist of fate on Sheamus covering Matt, which was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And I guess the biggest question out of all this, are we finally going to see the broken gimmick, and we're finally going to see the broken Hardys? And actually, something happened about an hour ago on Twitter, which I want to read out right now. And this actually might actually happen tomorrow night, so I can't wait to watch Raw tomorrow night. Sheamus says, or tweeted out, toothless and broken all in capitals. Tonight was delightful. This is Sheamus tweeting this out. And then Matt Hardy quote retweets and goes, "You obsolete heretics have no idea what you've just done." And I'm like, oh, buddy, are we finally going to see full broken tomorrow night?
Well, we've all been, speculating on our own shows that the broken gimmick might be coming, and they might have bought the trademark for it.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's going to be a lump sum.
Yeah, instead of paying them royalties throughout the year.
And I think this is a good way to do it. I mean, Shazamus.
That's a better name, Shazamus.
Oh my god. Anyway, Sheamus and Cesaro and the Hardys have been showing respect lately, and they even did it after the match. Again, and then as the Hardys were celebrating, Sheamus and Cesaro came back and just brutally attacked them, which I guess is the Sheamus and Cesaro heel turn, which is an interesting dynamic for this match, and it's a good way for the Hardys to debut their broken gimmick after this. It would make a lot of sense, don't you think, Michael Chau?
Definitely. I mean, I was confused going into this because it was a babyface tag team taking on another babyface tag team. So I was like, one of these guys has to turn heel. At one point, I was like, well, what if they get the broken gimmick, but the Hardy Boys are the ones who turn heel? That would have been good.
I think
but
they have
then,
too much popularity.
Yeah, so we saw what happened. WWE has a lot of money. Vince paid $10 million for WrestleMania set, so
yeah, I saw that. I'm like, holy
there you go.
moly. Oh my god. Corey, I caught it. Corey Graves called Jeff Hardy Brother Jeff at one point in the match. I don't know if that was because maybe he found out today about maybe WWE buying broken. He kind of let it slip out a little bit, but he said brother. He's like, oh, Brother Jeff goes into the barricade. I'm like, what, Brother Jeff?
And Matt's being broken, calling him Brother Nero through the whole match. Like,
yeah. Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. So I thought that was. I think that was the most interesting match.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it wasn't.
There
was another match that I love more, but this as an actual like match and like character building.
Yeah.
I like this match the most out of the whole card.
Yeah. And we'll get into that match that you love. And again, the fourth straight title match. What are we watching? Night of Champions? Are we sure we're watching Payback here tonight, WWE? Anyways, we got Alexa Bliss versus Bayley.
Oh man.
And yes, do I have my critiques for this match?
Let's not forget,
come on.
It's San Jose's Bayley here, the hometown hero, going
it's
into.
Typical. It's typical. WWE buries their own talent in their own hometown. Why should I have been surprised? I was shocked. I'm like, oh, why would I be surprised here? Well, of course they're going to do it.
Naomi did win in her hometown last month, so you know.
Oh, man, it's just
it could have went either way.
More times than not, they like to screw people in their hometowns, though.
Yes.
More times than not. But I loved Alexa coming out with her NXT Blake and Murphy attire.
Yeah, the Iron Man attire.
That was old school NXT Alexa attire. If you're a diehard Alexa fan, you know that is her old attire from
her Iron Man attire. I love that, and is the attire of a lot of gifts from Alexa Bliss.
Shut up. It's symbolic. I like it. Because it shows her progression and how far she's come wearing it again.
Trey says, I love Alexa, but it's too early for her. How do you feel about that, Brandon?
I agree that maybe she shouldn't have won it so quickly.
Dude, I honestly, Mike Chow, agree with this or not, I thought it was going to be Charlotte to be the one to be both the first woman to get both titles on both brands. I didn't think it was going to be Alexa.
I agree, but this is a way for Alexa to kind of like boost up over Charlotte. And let's face it. I mean, I know that Bayley's one of your favorite girls, Kyle, but she hasn't been doing good with the belt.
No,
not so good on the mic. And I think they really needed the belt to go to Alexa Bliss, kind of in a what would you call it, a desperate move. And yeah, I seriously think that this is going to go into Bayley versus Sasha Banks at SummerSlam, and I do not think it's going to be for the title. Like, their feud alone, Bayley versus heel Sasha, can build upon itself.
Yeah. Who's Alexa going to face? Emma?
Mickey James?
I'm thinking maybe Nia Jax. It'd be pretty good. It's like a David versus Goliath type thing. Yeah. But then that means one of them has to go babyface, so I don't know.
I don't want the sparkle glitter bliss.
Either one
please.
Is a cringe babyface. Just saying, a babyface Nia Jax would make me throw up every Monday night. Just saying.
I could handle tweener Alexa, but not like full out face Alexa. But I mean, this match, I don't know.
It was good. The match itself was good. I think they did a good job. You know what? I kind of agree with Trey. I think it's a little bit too early. I think this should have been safe for Bliss to win. For her character and for it to make sense, she should have won it in a way like it should have been a triple threat match. And like maybe if it was with Sasha does her finisher on Bayley and then throws kind of like throws Sasha out of the ring and then gets the pin on Bayley for the title. That's kind of
how she won the number one contender.
Right? She should have done something like that. For me, for her to win it clean was just.
The thing was they've ruined the whole Bayley run, man. They should have had her win the title at Mania. Mm-hmm. They ruined it all when they made her win it at Fastlane.
And now when she holds a title, I'm speaking from a Bayley fan. She sounds like an underdog as a champion. That makes zero sense in my eyes. You can't be an underdog and play oh my god, I hate when she does the whole like, oh, it's been my dreams as a kid, I used to be a fan thing. She does that like every goddamn week.
As
a
champion,
enough, Bayley. We fucking know. Give us the NXT Bayley that we remember and that we want. It's like it's just as cringe as as Sasha Banks for not being a face. No offense to you, Cappy. No one wants to see Sasha as a face anymore. It's bad. People literally on the edge of their seats every time she comes out now because they're waiting for that heel turn. And maybe it actually happens now. Maybe like Bayley kind of goes to Sasha for sympathy, and Sasha just says, "Man, like you got to learn to like bulk up. Like I've gone through title losses before, and maybe Sasha just turns full out heel on Bayley. I hope it happens. I kind of want to see a grudge match between those two.
I think Sasha was trying to get close to Bayley so she could take the title from her, and now that she doesn't have the title anymore, now she's no use to to Sasha anymore. So
you just better hope it's not going to be your two girls going at
God.
SummerSlam.
Don't say that.
No, but I honestly think we're going to see a triple threat here, or maybe even a fatal four-way between these three girls.
I can't do it much anymore. Like I can't do it.
Yeah,
like it sucks.
Yeah.
Michael Chau, what did you think of the ending of this match?
I thought I was surprised that wasn't it a clean victory? Like Alexa Bliss kind of reversed it into a DDT, right?
Yeah, because she threw Bayley into the bottom of the what is it, the ring post?
Yeah, the ring post.
Gotcha.
LED ring post.
And
gotcha.
Bayley like tried to bulk up out of that, and she tried to get a Bayley to belly, but then Alexa just countered with her DDT.
I was surprised that Sasha didn't come out. Like I don't know, because at Fastlane Sasha came out to help Bayley beat Charlotte, but she didn't come out today. And she was on. I think she was on the pre-show, and she was basically talking her up. And she was talking about how her dad was going to be there and all of her fans. And I just want to bring up something real fast. Corey Graves, obviously, he prefers Alexa over Bayley. And they made this comment. Michael Cole said, all of Bayley's fans are here to see her in this match. And Corey goes, really? All 25 of her friends are here? Which I thought was a pretty good jab at
Corey Graves' heel
Bayley.
Commentary.
There you go.
Yeah, Sasha was backstage wearing a Bayley shirt, so I think it would have been more symbolic for her to come out and accidentally cost Bayley the title.
Exactly.
Oh my god, something happened on WWE.com exclusive I just read right now, and oh my god, I wish I would have watched it. I can't wait to go back and watch it. But Jericho is getting interviewed by the SmackDown guy. He keeps calling Tom Phillips, and Tom Phillips actually appeared, and they were both interviewing him. He was with a SmackDown mic. And then Jericho put both the clones on it. He was acting like they were clones, and he put the clones on the list. Oh, God, I can't wait to go see that.
But, I mean, Alexa winning the title.
Yeah, I guess I
Very good. She made history. Should we bring it up? She made history.
And I watched Raw. We were watching Raw Talk before this came on, and I agree with her. She's like, you know what? There was no hype behind me. I wasn't one of the 4 horsewomen coming up, and it's not one of them that is the first women's champion on Raw and SmackDown. It's me. And I agree with her. I give her more props than the others because she came in with no expectations at all, no high expectations to, say that she's going to be one of the best women of all time. She was not a part of that group at all, and she's coming up and she's proving to everybody that she should be in that conversation with the 4 horsewomen, or if not better.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm not playing any favorites, but she's having such a great year, and SmackDown Live is seriously suffering without Alexa Bliss not on the show.
Charlotte, but Kyle and I both agree that. We don't think Charlotte has any competition over there. Like, realistically.
Just some more competition.
It looks like she's going to run over everybody on that division.
Yeah.
Oh, we need half of the tag team to team up to take Charlotte down.
The new Team Bad. Team Bad and cringeworthy.
Oh, my God. That is the worst thing. I can't even talk about SmackDown Women's Division. It's terrible.
Man.
Anyways. We'll just move on. We'll move on.
Let's move on.
And getting sick talking about
I
that.
am going to go take a bathroom break while you talk about this next segment.
He is. Cobra Guy's actually getting off the mic here.
And I'm getting a water.
Yeah, he's getting a water. But Bray Wyatt, the first, I guess you can call it, part 1 of the House of Dumpster Fire horror match.
House of Horrible match. This was so bad.
Oh my God! It was what I expected. It is what we expected to happen. We knew it was going to be bad. It ends up being bad. It was literally the tackiest shit I've ever seen. I'm like, my God, this is like watching someone going through a haunted house on Halloween. Like, this is so bad. I swear to God, it was fake cobwebs and shit everywhere. And actually, the house, someone, I forget, was a Gamma New that posted the house listing. And it wasn't actually for sale, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It wasn't even in the same state as San Jose.
Yeah, it was in Missouri.
Missouri. It didn't make any sense. Oh my gosh! But
so it was in Randy Orton's hometown.
That was the least. Oh, probably because Randy Orton lives there. He probably went down the street. Maybe that was Randy's house. He was like, "Oh, I live here. Let's film here."
Wow, WWE money's doing a lot for Randy Orton. But anyways, Trey Patterson puts worst match ever. If you can even call that a match, I don't even call that a match. Like the first half was like watching a crappy WWE Studios movie. And I actually tweeted saying that I think a WWE Studios movie would be better than this. Like oh my god, it was so tacky, so cringe. And the worst part that made me literally piss myself laughing, Michael Chau, was when Bray was outside doing the kneel down thing and the house was blue, and then all of a sudden it turned red. I'm like, whoa, so effective. Oh, Randy Orton must be dead now. The light changed from blue to red. Wow.
There was only one moment where I thought this could have recuperated, but then taking it to the ring wouldn't make any sense because they promoted it that they were going to take it to the ring afterwards. I thought because of what Randy did at Bray Wyatt's house and how he burnt the house down, I thought Bray Wyatt was going to exit the house and then light the house on fire.
Right? That's what we thought. Right?
That would have been good, but then they promoted in the night that they were going to take it to the ring, which makes Bray getting into a limo and driving to the arena so dumb.
Oh my god! The light thing, the light thing got me. Literally watching the light turn from blue to red. I'm like, okay, and like what you just said, I'm waiting for the house to turn on fire, and no fire. And I'm like, okay, and he just leaves. I'm like, oh my god! So he changed the color from blue to red. Man, Randy Orton ain't recovering from that. Oh my god, a light change. Damn.
But he did all of a sudden, and he magically appeared. I'm jumping the gun here, but he magically appeared at the arena, even though Bray Wyatt stole his car, his limo.
Yep. How did Randy Orton get to the arena? We were never explained that.
Oh my gosh! I want to point something out. Imagine yourself in the audience in San Jose, and you're paying good money to attend this pay-per-view, and they're basically saying one half of this match is you're just watching the Titantron.
Right.
You're watching a video.
Apparently
I can't believe I spent money and I'm basically watching a movie.
Yeah, I love what your tweet you said. Can't believe people paid to watch a WWE Studios film.
I think that was worse than a WWE Studios film. I just told him a couple minutes ago, Cabby, like, this was literally worse than a WWE Studios movie. I think I would rather watch The Chaperone twice on repeat than this again.
Was this supposed to be scary? I was laughing throughout the whole thing.
Oh my god, yeah, Cappy was dying through the whole thing.
I was laughing my ass off. Like, this was comedic relief to me. Because that's how bad this was.
Yeah. We knew it was going to be bad, and ended up being bad.
And then okay, so they took it to the ring, and I said, finally, okay, this is probably where it's going to pick up. But nope. All they did, bear in mind this is a House of Horrors match, all they did was use a chair. They didn't use anything else. They didn't use a table. They didn't use any tacks. They didn't use any maggots. I don't care. It's Bray Wyatt.
No, God, I was surprised there wasn't CGI. I was shocked.
Oh my gosh! And then should we talk about the SmackDown Live invasion?
We'll talk about part 2. Like we get into part 2 when it rolls into the ring.
Can we just say first that they had to do a match in between this?
This goes, yeah, because they're in Missouri. I got to ride a really quick jet over, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Even though my friend saw Randy Orton at the arena.
No, he didn't. That was a clone. That wasn't Randy.
That was a clone. The stunt double, right?
Yeah,
the stunt double that got hit by the refrigerator.
Yeah, the stunt double from the Marine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we can get into part 2 of this dumpster fire garbage match that we saw.
And Bray Wyatt's making his entrance, and I called it before the lights went on. Like, guarantee Randy Orton shows up when the lights turn on. And when when Bray Wyatt's music stopped, the lights were still off. I'm like, yep, it's happening. Lights turn back on. Sure enough, Randy Orton's right behind Bray Wyatt. And I'm like, oh my god, this is such cringe. Like,
how did he get there?
Oh god.
Did he use the Undertaker's teleportation machine?
No, Vanguard 1 teleported
in there. Oh my god. But the crowd was booing.
Yeah, the crowd was booing. And they weren't... Like, I loved when the lights turned on.
No one cared.
Crickets. Literally crickets. And I downloaded a crickets... oh yeah, right here. This is what we heard. That right there, that cricket sound, that's what we heard during the lights turning on and seeing Randy Orton. Because no one gave a shit. Match sucked.
Why did they have to do half of the match there and then half the match in the ring?
Again, they try so hard to be like TNA and the whole final deletion thing, whatever. At least the feud's done. And
Bray finally
wins, but we got the help from the Singh brothers, and Juice from Rahal comes in, all freaking juiced up. Those weren't wrinkles in his shirt; those are actually his veins popping out of his shirt. Those weren't wrinkles.
And he hits Orton not in the back of the head, but in the shoulder with a title. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, Trey. The ending was good. We loved the ending, Trey. We loved that Bray finally got the win here, and he didn't get buried once again.
We just hate that it took 3 guys to beat Randy Orton down for Bray to finally get the win.
Yeah.
You didn't like.
What did you think of that?
You didn't like the new Wyatt family, consisting of Bray Wyatt, Jinder Mahal, and the Singh brothers.
India edition. The India family.
Yeah, and did Jinder give the title back? I didn't see that part. Did he take the title back again?
I don't remember. Yeah, did he throw the? I don't know if Randy Orton had the title.
I think Jinder took it back again.
Yeah. I thought
so again, we have more SmackDown guys on a Raw pay-per-view.
Yep. You know what would have been interesting? No, okay, it couldn't have happened like that. Never mind. Screw my prediction.
Kyle Masters creative.
Yeah. Anyway,
that match? I mean,
it could have been better.
We're giving a spoiler for our Slammy Awards already. Like that's going on the list for one of the worst matches of the year candidates.
Yeah.
Like that. Nobody cared about this match. The fact that WWE was asking people a poll on what they should do for this match,
and they actually listened to no one. I remember that poll. None of that shit was in this match. This was literally the worst live feed from a haunted house I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm ever gonna see, because this was just pure garbage.
It wasn't even like our buddy shoutouts to our buddy Ragu. He doesn't have a Twitter account yet, but he texted me and said that it wasn't even scary. It was just like it looked like just a regular house.
Yeah.
There was nothing scary, but besides dolls hanging from...
Oh, wait, yo, that branch figure thing that we didn't really get any light on, it was just Randy Orton look at it going, what the hell is this? And then he walked away. I'm like, okay, so that did no effect on you either. It's like,
it did not look like a haunted house whatsoever.
No, it was a cringe house.
And then the best was Randy Orton. Did you guys talk about when when Bray left and then he turned it red?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Well, it affected him so much that it made... It's like... Oh, okay. What Michael Chau said, he said he wished it would have copied what they did earlier and made the house turn on fire. And I was telling him, like, that's actually what we thought would have happened, and it didn't happen.
No, because they can't, because this house is apparently on sale. Someone found it. But we're happy that Bray won, but the match sucked, and the way that he won was... It was dirty. The way he won was dirty. I wish he would have won over clean on Orton.
And he's on to the next one. That's a feud with Ambrose that, I'm sure everyone's excited to see, too.
We've seen it 1,000 times already.
So we'll get into the match that was happening in between this nonsense, and that is a really good match, and I loved it. Rollins versus Samoa Joe. It lived up to my expectations. I didn't think it was going to steal the show, but I thought it was going to be really good.
This match was kind of lackluster for me. I didn't enjoy it.
I think it's because
I
don't think a lot of people were into it because they had to suffer through sitting there watching the cringe House of Horrors in the dark for 25 minutes.
They had to put this in between those two parts.
Yeah. But I liked the match, though. I actually enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like was Joe losing.
The ending. Oh, man.
The ending was very, very bad. I don't
know if you saw this part, but Samoa Joe on the pin, his right shoulder was not
up,
on the canvas.
Was up. I'm going to go find it, and I'm gonna take the picture of it, and I'm going to tweet it out tomorrow. Samoa Joe's shoulder was up for the entire 3 count. His right shoulder was up the entire 3 count in front of the ref.
Because Rollins countered the the Coquina clutch into a pinfall combination, but Samoa Joe's right arm was still wrapped around Rollins and it was up. It was not on the mat.
I don't think this was done on purpose either. I honestly think if they had done that on purpose, the commentators would have made mention of it, and they didn't. They talked about how Rollins finally, overcomes Samoa Joe.
I know, but sorry. Why does Rollins need to win here? Why is Joe's first pay-per-view, and he loses? I know it didn't make him look weak because he just lost by a roll-up pin thing, but still, Joe should have won this match, in my opinion.
Well, it's as good as he lost to someone credible like Seth Rollins. Could you imagine if he lost to The Miz or something? That would have been worse.
Michael Chau, did you see this match? What were your thoughts?
I did see this match, and I'm agreeing with you guys. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that Samoa Joe lost. Exactly. Surprised that there was no appearance by Triple H and Stephanie. I thought Stephanie was actually going to make her return tonight and screw Rollins over, but other than that, it was a good match. I just didn't like the ending.
That would have made sense. I would have or at least Triple H's music hitting to kind of mess with Rollins or something like that. Stephanie returning, that would have made sense too. I would have liked that.
Corporate vacation, but you want Joe to be this badass, and you want him to be this guy that could stand up to the Brock Lesnar types and have a legit match with somebody like him. and you have him lose his first pay-per-view match. I know it wasn't clean, but still having Joe lose, I don't know. For me, it made him take a step back, in my opinion, after what he's looked so dominant the first month that he's been up.
And where does Joe go from here? I don't think they're continuing this feud.
I hope not. Yeah. Should we also bring up the fact that I guess they're saying Chris Jericho's going to SmackDown now, and then I guess Kevin Owens is staying. So maybe the alliance between Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe will continue.
Well, yeah. What
if Owens goes back over to Raw, I don't know.
Again, this is where I mean we don't know what the hell is going on with Kevin Owens. We don't know. They never clarify anything, telling us that Owens would end up on Raw at the end of this match, or if he's still just going to be on SmackDown, which. In a way, I'm seeing it more as if Kevin Owens is getting his because he's owed a rematch. He was a champion. He lost. He's owed a rematch clause. I think he's taking it up this Tuesday on SmackDown. He's going to win it back from Jericho, so Jericho can go on his tour with Fozzy. I don't think Kevin Owens is leaving SmackDown.
And that would be a terrible trade if Owens ended up going back to Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And dropping phones over
here.
Yeah,
I dropped my phone
But,
over here.
That would be a terrible trade if Owens ended up having to go back over to Raw, because SmackDown would lose another top talent, which they traded away already.
Yeah.
And then Raw would be gaining another star back. I don't know. And especially if they get Jericho, who's great, but he's leaving. So the guy could be great, like a great superstar, but if he's not going to be there, like John Cena, who cares? He's not there.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Trey Patterson says KO's also do a Universal title match. Trey, no one's ever gotten their rematch. I think that's the only title that's actually the only title right now that no one has gotten their rematch clause over.
Brock Lesnar has to have a 3-month vacation. What Michael Chau, like you were saying earlier, is like AJ Styles is the number one contender for the U.S. title. So where does that put him?
Exactly. If we aren't going to see Jericho and Styles again, we're not going to see that. I'm pretty sure that I'm just calling it right now. It's going to happen. Owens is going to get his rematch this Tuesday. He's going to win the title back, and then we're going to get Owens and Styles at Backlash. It's going to happen. These two have been feuding on SmackDown the last couple of weeks. They can't just end the feud like that.
I just don't understand why Jericho had to win the title.
Yeah, it wasn't needed. Maybe Jericho win the match, but by DQ.
Or
but
not even have the match for the title.
Winning it clean really just killed any momentum they started with Owens and this whole Face of America thing. Like that just killed everything.
Couldn't they have just done a grudge match like they did with Orton and Bray, not for the title?
They could have,
but
they didn't.
Anyways, the Joe Rollins match, I don't know. I feel like it was a bit bland, but I think it was due to the circumstances of it being in between segment 1 and 2 of that House of Horrendous match.
House of Horrendous match. Anyway, so yeah, whatever. Those are our thoughts on that.
Michael Chau, anything else to add to that match or no?
No, except for the fact. So we talked about Kevin Owens still having his rematch clause for the Universal title, and I just want to say that they will not do this. But it'd be so funny if they just had a match with Kevin Owens, Goldberg, Finn Balor, and Brock Lesnar. Everyone who's owed a title shot is gonna get it. Fatal 4-way, baby. Here we go.
Like a gauntlet style.
Yeah, we gotta bang out the rematches here because we fucked up. So let's go. Let's get this gauntlet match over with. Anyways, we'll move on to the main event. All right.
We thought it was gonna be the Braun Strowman buried alive match.
Yeah, so we kind of called in the predictions show what was gonna happen, and it sort of happened in a way that Strowman would dominate the basically half or 3/4 of the match, which he did. He basically tossed Roman Reigns like a rag doll. Roman started getting momentum. Looked like he was going to win. There was a really, really near fall that Strowman had Reigns down. The way he kicked up was so lazy. Oh, my God. He barely kicked out. And Strowman wins. Clean. Clean. Strowman won clean.
And... by the way, Roman kicked out one time during this match, and Joe's shoulder was up higher than his.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Like, that was the laziest thing I've ever seen. And I swear to God, Samoa Joe's shoulder was higher than Roman Reigns' shoulder.
And we thought Reigns was going to get his ass kicked for 3/4 of the match, and then he was going to come back and get the win. But, like my buddy Regu pointed out to me, Strowman better not lose to a 40% Reigns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if he loses to Reigns at 40%, that makes him look so
then
bad.
There's no monster among men. You might as well just take that T-shirt off the shop.
If he can't beat Reigns, not even 50%.
Yeah.
And if Reigns was... like, we saw the match, what happened when they were both at 100% at Fastlane, and we all know what happened to that.
Yeah. But Trey saying the match itself wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad. We're not critiquing the match here, Trey. We're saying it was a good match. It was just typical. Like we did call it. It was just the ending wasn't typical. The ending was shocking. I didn't think Braun was actually going to beat Roman clean at a pay-per-view. That's I don't remember the last time Reigns lost clean at a pay-per-view.
Two running power slams, and that was it.
Yeah, and then it led to Strowman beating the hell out of Roman Reigns after the match. Just some spots on the steel steps, and then him coughing out blood, and it should have. What they did here, and brings up what Trey just said, they cut it. They cut the pay-per-view. You know, they still had like 15 minutes. They made Raw Talk come on, and during Raw Talk, we had the back thing, what we talked about in the beginning of the show, with the ambulance spot and Braun running them, and they could have had that. They didn't need to cut the show. They could have just kept doing that. But again, they made the show still make Roman looking strong, because he overcame Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman ran away from running into a pile of boxes because that hurt him so much.
Michael Chau, what did you think of the Roman Reigns funeral?
I thought, okay, so I agree with you guys. I thought the match was good. I mean, on my prediction show, I seriously thought that Roman Reigns was going to win because of the late passing of his brother, and I thought it was going to be like a feel-good moment, like Roman. It's weird, like throughout the night, they didn't interview Roman at all. He didn't appear the entire night, and there was like no one interviewed him. And during his entrance, he was pretty late coming out to the entrance. I'm like, is Roman not here? Is he not going to come out?
Yeah,
and so
battered and bruised still with.
He's got to sell the injury.
But Kyle pointed this out to me earlier. Roman and Strowman have been facing each other on every live event leading up to this.
Oh my!
Like it just seems like they should do storyline what they're doing on TV on the live events. I feel like whatever happens in the live events isn't an accurate representation of what's going on TV, and that kind of takes away from it. If Roman would have been taken off the live events for the last 2 weeks after he got brutally beaten down, that would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah,
it would have made Roman look better going into this match. He's been out for 2 weeks, but no, he's been on live event tours for the last 2 weeks. It just kind of, I don't know, it takes away from it for the people that are in depth and actually look up this stuff, as opposed to the casuals who would have no idea that Roman was even on live events, because they probably don't even know live events exist. But I don't know. It just took away from it a little bit for me. What about you, Michael Chau?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you. So yeah, there you have it. I seriously think that they did this to Roman because his brother did pass away. I think they're gonna give him some more time off. So
I do too. I think this is a good way to write Roman off for a while, but I don't think that it's for the right reasons. I think Vince wants to write him off so that he can come back have a huge hero's return. And it's not going to be that
with
at
a
all.
Course of booze. Hero's return to booze. He's still not going to get cheered.
They were chanting, "You deserve it," and "Thank you, Strowman." if that is not enough for you, Vince, to see that he's not going to get over as a pure babyface, then I don't know what else. The actions speak louder than anything else. And look what the crowd's reacting to it. Look how they're reacting.
Thank you, Roman, and you deserve a chance. You deserve a chance are hilarious. Oh my god,
I think that's terrible.
Can you imagine like Roman walking to the back, acting like he must be feeling pain right now too. Like it's not just all storyline. And he's hearing the crowd saying, "You deserve it."
Our boy Juggy Brown is Juggy Badass. His boy just keeps getting roasted, man.
Yeah.
But the match, I liked it. I mean, we all knew it was going to be the main event. I mean, Michael Chau, I know you said on your podcast that Bayley and Alexa could have been the main event, but I just don't think they were going to go that route.
Yeah.
And we know why, because Bayley ended up losing.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good way to end the show, but like Kyle was saying, I do think they should have shown that Strowman spot in the back on the main pay-per-view. They had the time slot to do it.
Yeah.
And I think they failed on that part of the match.
So if I'm giving it a rating right now, I'm giving it 6 out of 10. I think it's a solid rating for a decent pay-per-view. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too good. Right in the middle. I'll give it 6 out of 10. Interesting way to start the show, I guess, and have a pay-per-view when you have all your title matches in the first 5 matches of the show or 4 matches of the show. Interesting way to do it. Obviously, the House of Horrors match lost a lot of points there, and some of the outcomes of the matches lost a lot of points, and obviously the ending of the pay-per-view lost some points. So it's like a 5.5, 6 for me out of 10. I don't know, Corporate Cat, what are you rating it?
Michael Chau, what do you give it first? I'll let you.
I definitely liked it better than Fastlane.
That's for sure.
Fastlane was definitely bad.
That's
but,
still the worst pay-per-view so far of 2017.
Exactly. So I'm on the fence whether I like this better than WrestleMania, but it didn't disappoint. So the fact that Roman Reigns lost and Alexa Bliss won, and what was the only thing bad about this? I would have to say the only thing bad about this pay-per-view was the ending of the Cruiserweight match and the House of Horrors match. Everything else was actually pretty good. So I give it a rating of a 5 out of 10. It was average. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it.
And I didn't like the Joe Rollins ending either.
No.
And I didn't see the Enzo and Cass thing and the Miz
You didn't need
segment.
to. You would have blinked and missed it.
Whatever. So I'm giving a 0.5 to Jericho and Owens. It loses at the end because Jericho winning didn't make sense to me. Aries and Neville get a point, even though the ending sucked again. What's with the endings of these matches tonight? Like
I don't
they
know.
ruined. Like this pay-per-view could have actually been like a 7 or an 8 if the endings would have made sense, but they did not at all. They ruined like good matches with terrible endings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm giving it 1 for Aries and Neville, 1 for the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro and the heel turn at the end. I thought that was probably the match and the whole, I don't know. That was probably the segment of the night for me. Alexa winning the title was great. I mean, well deserved. She deserves it 100%. So that gets a point. So I'm giving it 2 and then 0.5 for Strowman. We'll give it a 4.
4. Ooh,
4 out of 10.
The corporate rating.
I didn't like this pay-per-view. Like I said, if they would have made the endings more just interesting, and endings that made sense, I probably would have given it a 7 or an 8.
Yeah. So, that's it for the review part of the show, and we'll get into some Skype calls, guys. If you're listening live right now, guys, we're going to do some Skype calls after a quick 2-minute break. Basically, what we're going to do, guys, search up The Lowdown Show on Skype, if you do have Skype, and we'll let you call into the show, and we'll just talk about Payback. We'll get your reactions, we'll get your favorite moments, your letdowns, and we'll just chat. So if you do have Skype, download it, or if you don't have it, download it, and search up The Lowdown Show, and we'll take any Skype calls. And
we'll have last thoughts from Michael Chau here.
Yeah, any last thoughts there, Michael Chau?
I am not looking forward to Backlash.
Yeah, it's still up in the air for me, but thank you, Michael Chau, guys. Michael Chau TV has his own WWE podcast, so go check him out on Spreaker as well. WWE MCTV, the after show, and it's Spreaker.com/MCTV. Is it Spreaker.com/MCTV or is it /WWE MCTV?
Oh man, I'm botching right now. I actually don't know because I previously changed the name. Yeah, okay, I think it's there. But
go check out our followers, and then you can find him.
Lastly, we'll end off with the story. Shout outs to Michael Chau. I mean, if you want to go through it real quick, Michael Chau, you can tell him about how, what happened with your WWE Network account tonight.
Oh no! So this is the second time which I've tried to do the show live, and it just simply failed. So I don't think I'll be doing live shows anymore. So tonight I try to do something different. I was trying to live cover the show. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to hop on speaker, and I was actually going to watch Payback while commentating the show. And then to make sure I didn't miss anything, I had Payback going on my laptop. I had Payback going on my iPad. I had the WWE Network going on my iPhone. And literally, all at the same time, all of them went out. Like, it all said, we apologize, the connection had been lost. I tweeted at the WWE Network saying, hey, my account went out on all of my available, ways of getting the show. So, yeah.
And it sucks because it's like did Vince and the corporate gods screw you over to not do a live show?
Yeah,
pretty much. They did fire me a 9th time. They're like, we don't want this guy back. Cut off everything.
We can sympathize with that, Kyle. If you want to tell him what happened a few years ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I meant to tell you in the beginning of the show, Michael Chau. So for WrestleMania 30 or was it 29?
30. I think it was the year Taker lost.
Yeah.
No, it was the year before.
Yeah. Okay, it was WrestleMania 29. So this was back when they first. It was still, there was no network, obviously, and they're doing still pay-per-views.
We had to order it. We
had
paid $50.
That was the first year they were doing.
Boy.
You can order through WWE.com and watch the pay-per-view, because before we were just streaming everything with illegal sports streaming, whatever. It's a thing.
It was a thing then, yeah.
We were just streaming, and I'm like, what, for WrestleMania, I'll give it a treat to all the goons. I'm gonna order it. I'm gonna get everyone's money chipped in. We're gonna pay $50, and we're gonna order it from WWE.com. So we get it. We watching the pre-show, and literally as the show came on, right on the dot of the time, it was like 7 or 8 o'clock on the dot, or 7 o'clock on the dot. It cut out. WWE.com
man.
went down. It went down
During
for
WrestleMania.
everybody during WrestleMania, and then we had to stream the rest of the pay-per-view. So I emailed WWE after the show, and they finally responded to me the next day saying, "Oh, it's going to be shown again tonight for you for free." And
I don't want to watch it the day
I
after.
don't want to watch the day after. You guys just fucked up a huge opportunity for me. So I argued with them, and I actually threatened. And I probably shouldn't have, but, I was really pissed off. I threatened to take legal action on them. I put an email, I'm like, I will take legal action if I have to, because this is not right. You guys basically stole $50 from me. And literally, the next email they sent me, they're like, $50 has been charged back to your account.
So we empathize with you, Michael Chau, that we have gotten screwed over WrestleMania watching it before this whole network was a thing.
Yeah. And
So-
now we pay us in Canada, we pay like 12, 13, whatever dollars is it for a month. You guys pay $10 down there. We actually pay like $4.
But it's worth it. We paid
$4 more.
$50 back then for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's way worth it.
Yeah.
But other than that,
So-
we want to thank you, Michael Chau, for joining us on the review show.
You're a trooper for getting
Yeah.
through that. I don't know if I could have sat through the thing going in and out the whole pay-per-view. I would have lost my shit.
Definitely. Maybe I should email him. I said, hey, I will pursue legal actions courtesy of David Otunga's attorney at law. Don't mess with me.
Yeah,
So there
email
you go.
Glenn Jacobs.
Glenn Jacobs, running for mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor.
Yeah.
Yep.
So thank you, Michael Chau. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
Guys, thanks for having me on the show. So, guys, whoever's listening right now, they're going to take live calls in just a minute after their break. So, guys, get on the show. It's great. I'm here. I'm talking wrestling. And Prince Jones, if you're out there, we're waiting for your funny stories.
God.
We're also going to put a cap on the Skype calls.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're
cap.
gonna do like 5 or 10 minute Skype calls.
Yeah.
But
But thank you, Michael Chau.
Thank
We will
you.
see you
Guys.
on the flip side.
yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. See you guys later.
See ya.
Michael Chau.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break right now while we just take a rest here and rest our voices just for 2 minutes. We'll be back in 2 minutes, so we are taking Skype calls. The Lowdown Show is the Skype call name. Search it up and add me. I'll accept your contact request, and we'll talk some wrestling. So, guys, just give us a quick 2-minute break, and we'll be right back.
I am a man at war, and I am fighting for all of the broken people, all of the people thrown overboard. They always try to shame us, but they don't speak the language. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. Fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is gone mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. The sky is falling and the world is gone mad, and we sing our songs and we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. They say that I'm reckless, because I'm relentless. They spit on my face and curse on my name and taking my life in vengeance. Yeah, you could try and blame us and try and take what's sacred, but we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. Fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is gone mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. The sky is falling and the world is gone mad, and we sing our songs and we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody say time that you go. It doesn't matter if the world is.
All right, guys, how's it going? We are back live here on the Payback review, and we'll be taking Skype calls right now, guys, and we'll chat about Payback and what your thoughts and reactions were for tonight. So I believe I have one person on the way, and that's our buddy Trey Patterson that's been listening to us right now on the show. So I'm going to tell him right now on Skype to call in.
Anyone else that wants to call in, just be patient. We'll get
Yeah,
to you.
anyone else now, just be patient, and we'll get to you as soon as possible. We're going to cap you guys. We're only going to talk like 5 or 10 minutes, and then we got to end the call.
Yeah,
Can't
we're
talk
not
all
going to
night.
have an hour and a half conversation with Prince Jones again.
Yeah. So, guys, if you want to call into the show and talk some Payback, go on to Skype and call in or search up The Lowdown Show on Skype, and I'll add you to the contacts, and then you can let you guys call into the show, and we'll talk Payback. Your reactions, we'll talk about our reactions and what you thought was good and what we thought was good. And interesting pay-per-view. I mean, you had your interesting rating. What was it, 4 out of 10?
4.
4?
But
I gave it a 5.5 out of 6, but I agreed with you. Like, the ending sucked. All the end of the matches, like most of them, sucked.
I mean, well deserved for Alexa, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so happy for her that she's the first one to hold both.
Are you gonna buy her plaque?
No, I can't.
That's yeah, of course. Now another dollar going back down too, right? That's gonna be terrible. Like, especially
Yeah,
like
but I just found it so symbolic that she was wearing her NXT attire from when she was a manager in NXT and was not.
yeah, that was that threw me off too. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, right? Usually she comes out with something unique lately, like she started the whole Harley Quinn thing, and now we're getting her going flashbacky. Kind of.
Yeah.
She kind of incorporated with the gloves. I don't remember she had those gloves.
No, she did have the one like glove thing. It wasn't a full glove, but it was
Yeah,
things
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
But I don't know if anyone's been an Alexa Bliss fan, you'll know that was a throwback attire, and that was really symbolic for her. You know, showing her progression of where she's come from.
Yeah. Oh, and we got the call coming in. Trey Patterson. Let me answer it up here. Trey Patterson, how is it going? You're on Noel's by Wrestling Podcast.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fuck.
All right,
Hang on,
sounds
Cobra
good.
Cappy's got to fix his mic here.
Oh, I got the wrong one in. One of them works.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, we get Juggy Brown in the chat saying the big dog is finally here. Maybe we'll get Juggy Brown to call in after. But Trey Patterson, how's it going, man? Nice to finally talk to you in person.
Yeah, it's been a good while since I first heard you guys. Finally calling in, listening to the show.
Yeah. And,
Thanks, Trey.
Your boy.
You got Tyler Jones to thank for that. He introduced me.
Yeah. Your boy Tyler Jones said to call you a muff.
Yeah, that motherfucker can fucking enjoy this shit while he's listening from Cracker Barrel. So,
Chirps are flying. I'd rather see you two in a feud and a match than half the shit we saw tonight.
man, you should have seen us playing roller hockey back in the day, back in high school. Man, we used to get in so much shit back then.
Yeah.
That's great.
But speaking of hockey, though, go Preds, you know?
No,
Yeah,
man.
they're-
congrats. They're
I was
doing
just
well.
telling Cappy, man. I told Ty, I think they're winning the cup, man. I honestly, truly think they got it this year.
Man, slow your roll, slow your roll.
Hey, I'm speaking as a Leaf fan, man. How do you think?
Hey, I got drafted to the Leafs on NHL 17, so...
Hey, yeah, buddy.
But I think the Penguins are our biggest competition, if we were to even get that far.
Oh man, dude, I'm looking at that series. I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually happy the Leafs didn't make it out of that series because we would have got plastered. Caps get lose 6-2. But oh man. Anyways, let's get on the topic of wrestling here. What did you think of? You watched Payback tonight, like fully?
Yeah, I watched it from pre-show all the way till the Raw talk.
All right. So what do you think, man? What were your like?
What were
What's
some
your initial
highlights and
reaction?
Some
Better than Fastlane.
That's the second person that said that. Yeah, it's better than Pat. Fastlane's going to be the worst pay-per-view of the year, guarantee. Unless Great Balls of Fire ends up being worse.
If Rusev makes a return for Great Balls of Fire, I'd be fine with that. I know he said he's not coming back till Money in the Bank, but you know, if he comes back earlier, I'd be happy with it.
Yeah.
So what did you like? What didn't you like tonight?
I liked Alexa winning. I think it was a little too early, but I love Alexa. She's my favorite diva on the card.
You're on Team Bliss with me, buddy. I love it.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
I like the Hardys winning. I think it's on the verge of creating the broken gimmick. And I like that Cesaro or Shizaro, whatever you want to call him.
I botched it. That was bad. I
I like
botched
it.
that one.
I like that they turned heel.
You know what? And I'm loving this whole Matt Hardy, like, borderline personality just sort of he comes out and does the V1 and then he does delete. Like, you never know who the hell he is. I think it's hilarious, but now I think it's going to go full broken now, especially after this brutal beatdown that Sheamus and Cesaro laid on them.
It's got to. The ending, the match wasn't bad with Braun and Roman. I didn't like Raw Talk with, Reigns eventually overcoming the adversity. They had to throw that in there.
For the main show, they still had 15 minutes. Why the hell did they wait?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's stupid. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, it was just a pretty average, Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Kyle was saying during the show, like, this feels like a Raw match.
The main event felt like a Raw main event. It didn't feel like a pay-per-view main event. I think it was more towards like that. I knew what was going to happen. Like I predicted everything except for the end. I didn't think Strowman would win clean. That was really a throw off.
I did predict Aries to win. I thought Aries was going to finally beat Neville, but
yeah, it's a shame
other than that,
it's a shame that they ruined a good match with that terrible ending where he grabbed the ref shirt.
Oh yeah, it was stupid. I mean, I think they might save it for a later time, but we've seen this match twice now. I don't know how much more times we want to see it going forward.
Yeah, I did agree with you on one part. You said that they should save Austin Aries' title win for a big pay-per-view, and I kind of agree with that now. I think that maybe SummerSlam could be the key date, or maybe they're even going to wait. Maybe they run with Neville for another year with the title, and then we finally get maybe another 205 guy coming up as an underdog story, or finally finally dethrone the king.
One thing I was actually thinking about after y'all went over it was maybe you see Neville, TJ Perkins, Aries, and Gentleman Jack in a fatal four-way, and maybe TJ takes the title from Neville, and that spurs something there.
Oh, yeah. Nice
prediction.
I actually love that. I love that.
Maybe not directly from Neville, but wins it by beating Gallagher or someone else in that match.
Right, yep.
They did the whole TJ Perkins turning heel thing now, but then it's almost, I've seen his Twitter antics lately and his more of his tweets. It's almost like he's kind of reversing back to the babyface thing. So
I mean, he seems like a perma-face type guy. I mean,
especially with his entrance music. Come on. Maybe he's trying to gain Neville's trust, kind of like Orton did with Wyatt.
Yeah, exactly.
And then waiting for the opportune time to turn on him. I think that's a good prediction there. I like it. But I feel like Austin Aries is too good for the cruiserweight division.
I do too. SummerSlam's so far off. It'd be a shame to just hold him for that long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like Austin Aries has been a world champion in TNA, and it's unfortunate. Like I know they put him in 205 Live to kind of boost it up a bit. But, I mean, I think he has to be the main guy there if you're going to keep him there. If not, bring him up to the main roster and put him in the mid-card, because this guy has a lot of talent that you're not utilizing in the right way.
Hell, I'd love to see Aries versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title. I think that'd be a good feud.
They could job with each other, too. They both have good mic skills. And, I mean, I'd love to see Aries back on commentary sometimes, because he was a great commentator, too.
I'd rather see him on commentary than what he's being utilized with now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because that guy is a very good wrestler, and we've seen spots of it tonight. Like tonight, he had some good moves in the ring, and on the match last week on Raw, the showcase match, he actually had a good showcase with him and Gallagher versus Perkins and Neville. He actually had a couple really good moves in that match. But yeah, like you said, he's not. I don't know. He's kind of like losing that momentum since he's re-debuted.
Yeah,
and they put him
he should have won at WrestleMania. That's when it should have happened. Yeah. Now it's just kind of over with. People are losing interest.
So what else you want to talk about, Trey? What else is kind of grinding your gears or something you want to talk about from tonight?
Oh, man, there's too much to go over.
What was your favorite match of the night?
Yeah.
What do you think stole the show?
Favorite match of the night? I don't know. The pre-match with Enzo and the club, Enzo and Big Cass in the club, it wasn't that bad. I actually watched the whole thing. I know y'all were talking about saying it was over before y'all could actually get down from your phones. It wasn't that bad. I enjoyed actually seeing Enzo get a win instead of getting buried once in a while.
I agree with that. I wanted Enzo and Cass to win as well. They needed a win for once.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion, I thought Hardy's and Sheamus and Cesaro was the best match, but
it was a good match. It's just, in my opinion, it was too predictable. I had a feeling that was going to happen.
I saw it. The only way I saw it not being predictable is if there was going to be a moment where Jeff and Matt kind of separate each other, but it felt that would have been too soon. I do think we're going to get broken the broken thing started now after the tweet I read tonight, which
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I agree. And the whole sportsmanship thing was starting to piss me off too. We'd seen it like 2-3 weeks in a row, and so I'm glad they finally turned on him, because Cesaro as a heel will definitely be a lot more interesting.
Yeah, especially them coming together as a tag team and actually having chemistry now. They need to be heel because Sheamus is not a face guy.
Yeah, Sheamus has always been the heel partner in that team, so it'll be nice to see them both actually being heel.
And they both come to the dark side now. What did you think of that House of Horrendous
I
match?
was just gonna ask that.
No, it was fucking awful. I even tweeted it out before I even started listening to y'all's show or anything. When I was watching it, I said it was awful. Worst match I've ever seen. And I mean, I would rather, I tweeted to y'all or said to y'all, I would rather watch Fastlane than watch that match again.
Yeah, I think I would too. I was laughing during the whole match. I thought it was hilarious, but it wasn't a good funny. It was funny because it was so bad.
I mean, it was so bad that I went and filled up my dog's food bowl instead of watching that match.
Yeah, my only critique, I guess my only major critique of that whole thing was when Wyatt was outside kneeling, and then he yells, "Follow the buzzards," and the light turned from blue to red. I'm like, what the fuck did that do for anything?
See, I didn't even see that because I was away from my TV when that happened. I came back and he was already riding in the limo away from the
But that's what happened.
The house.
He threw a fridge over Randy Orton. Randy Orton was stuck underneath. He walked out of the house, looking at the house. It almost looked like the house was going to turn on fire. That's what I thought was going to happen. He kneels down and says, "Follow the buzzards," and all of a sudden the light on the house shone from blue to red, and that was it. I'm like,
yeah. See,
what?
me myself, I'm a pretty out of shape guy. But if somebody threw a fridge on me, I mean, I could probably crawl out of there, no problem.
Yeah, man.
I think you can find a way.
The light change
Now-
made him not move.
Now here's a question: which part was worse? First part of the match or the second part of the match?
I mean, it had to be the first, because if you paid tickets to get to that arena and then had to watch half the match on the fucking Jumbotron, I'd be pissed.
Good point. That was really bad. And the ending with Bray winning made sense, but it just sucked that he had to get help from the Singh brothers and Juicer Mahal.
I hate that he had to get the help, but I kind of like the fact that Jinder was involved somehow, because it kind of furthers their feud on SmackDown. Even though this whole Superstar shakeup is fucked, it helps in some ways.
Crossover and so much confusion going on. No one knows who's on what show, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Give us a quick rating there, Trey. What do you, from what you've seen, what would be your rating out of 10?
Out of 10, I mean, there were a couple matches I liked, couple spots I liked. I think I messaged it to you all or sent it to you on Spreaker. I think I give it a 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
5 out of 5.
5.5.
No, 5.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. He graded basically the same rating I gave, 5.5 or 6. It was mediocre. It was a mediocre pay-per-view.
Yeah, so nothing special.
Yeah, so Trey, we got you on for one more minute. Is there anything else you want to say? Or final thoughts on anything?
The St. Louis Blues suck, man. That's all I really got to add.
Tarasenko's go Preds. Go Preds.
So, are you Ty? Do you hate the Blackhawks more than the Blues? I know it's a close 1-2 kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I hate the Blackhawks, and the Anaheim Ducks are second. It's not even anybody. Well, Minnesota. I hate Minnesota because of Ryan Suter.
But yeah, congrats, man. They're doing well. I mean, I hope they pull it out. I'd rather them win than any other team left in the playoffs.
Me too. So
yeah. So hopefully they turn out better than this House of Horrendous feud match that we had between Orton and Bray. But we
can't get much worse. But yeah, thanks for letting me in.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for calling in. We hope to have you back tweeting at us. We read weekly tweets on our show, so if you want to tweet in every week about your thoughts on the show, by all means.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll be there.
All right. See you later, Trey.
That was Trey Patterson.
Yep. New listener.
And Juggy, I want to point out something before we get to the next call. Juggy Brown in the chat put something about the light change. Maybe the light change means the transition from SmackDown to Raw. That is great, Juggy. Oh my god, man. It's so funny. It changed from blue to red.
Oh.
That is fantastic. That's probably the best thing I've heard all night.
Maybe that was symbolic, Juggy. I don't know.
Yeah, that was literally the best thing I've ever heard all night. Oh man.
So who do we got lined up?
Lined up, we actually have a close friend of Trey Patterson.
Oh no.
Yeah, he'll be calling in soon. We got Tyler Jones is next up. Whenever he decides to call in, he messaged me on Skype here and said he was next.
Yep. And guys, we're giving you a 10-minute time limit.
10-minute time limit. We actually have the app open here. We only do it because our last all day show that we did.
And we get carried away. Like we love talking to you guys, but we don't even realize how long it's going.
Yeah.
And we kind of just keep getting into deep conversations, and then it turns into half an hour, and you're like, holy man.
Again, if you're just tuning in, guys, you can call into the show on Skype by searching The Lowdown Show. Yep. All capitals on the first words, and then I'll add you to the contact list, and you can call in. We can talk your initial reactions and your review of Payback, any of your favorite matches, your worst matches, all stuff like that. We're here to take your Skype calls. Yeah,
gotta keep it fair for everybody.
So the next call will be Tyler Jones once he calls in here.
Oh man, we got the two Nashville boys calling in.
Two Nashville boys here, and
is Greg up right now?
I don't know. Glorious Greg, if you're here, message us in the chat. I got Tyler Jones calling in. Answer the call here. Hello, Tyler Jones.
Oh my God! How is it taking this long for me to get on this damn thing?
There he is.
Jones, what is going on, Tyler Jones?
First off, Trey Patterson can lick my taint from fucking crest to crest.
Like I said, your guys' feud would be better than half the stuff Raw's putting on right now.
You fucking know it, dude.
So, did you watch? Did you miss most of the pay-per-view?
Yes, I'm right now. I'm at the house of shit right now.
So you're in your own house of horrors.
Have you been listening?
This is
been
awful.
By what we've been saying, like, do you know the results already?
I mean, dude, you can't look at Twitter without seeing results.
Yeah.
I just gave up on that.
So do you know what happened in the Roman and Braun match?
I know that my boy.
Here, I'll play it for you right now. I'll play it for you. Where is it?
I'm so happy, dude. Honestly, I was so worried earlier today. I mean, because it's Roman, he wins everything. I was worried.
Yeah,
it did me too.
You'll see when he comes out, he's limping. He's got bandages all around him. Like he's at like 40.
Oh my God! They had to make him injured for Braun to beat him.
Yep.
Oh my God!
They ended the pay-per-view 15 minutes early, and then on Raw Talk, Roman was being loaded into an ambulance. And we get the "I'm not done with you." And then Braun runs, but Roman ducks, and then he runs into the door of the ambulance and it flies off, and he goes flying into a pyramid of boxes.
Oh my God!
And then Braun runs away. So it kind of the ending didn't. I don't know. I think Braun should have just continued to beat down on him, but Roman lost clean. But it wasn't really.
Shocker.
It was at 100%. It was like 40% Roman. So
right.
He didn't beat him at 100%.
Brandon, your girl was hot tonight, man.
Oh man, that outfit,
dude.
We brought it up earlier in the show. There, Ty. That was actually her outfit that you wore all the time when she was with Blake and Murphy in NXT.
Yeah, Brandon texted, or Cappy texted me that, and I was like, I was dying. I'm like, wow, they had to. Why would they bring that back?
I don't know. I think it's I liked it because, like I've said the whole show. I think I've said this like 4 times, but it's symbolic, showing like her progression from NXT as a manager all the way up till now to her winning
I guess
the
that's true.
title. You know, I liked her going back to the throwback attire for this because I think it was symbolic of
right
how
what
far
Juggy
she's come.
said. Hometown hero burial. Typical WWE bearing their talent in
That's
their
true.
hometown.
What do you
That's
think
true.
about your girl Bayley.
Our girl.
The booty was on point like always. I mean, that's all I care about with Bayley. I'll be real. I mean, her whole thing is stupid. I mean, the gimmick is dumb. It's
like,
John Cena 2.0.
And like we were saying, they ruined her whole run by giving her the title way too early and not giving her crowning moment at WrestleMania.
I still don't understand why they didn't let Charlotte dominate the whole last year and then let Bayley win it at WrestleMania. It would have made a whole lot more sense.
It would have made so much more sense having Charlotte lose her pay-per-view streak at WrestleMania.
Right.
But no, they had to ruin it, and like Kyle's been saying for like weeks now, they make Bayley look like the underdog with the title, which makes no sense. She's still going out there acting scared of everybody as the champion. She should be, have this like, persona and cockiness about her.
I'm sorry. Sorry, what is all over this refrigerator? Is this crap all over
you're
this?
watching a house of terrible. Okay, yeah. I don't know what it is. It's like a lot of dust. And
It's
they
on
wrote-
the oven too.
Yeah, and they
this
wrote
is
in it.
this is ridiculous.
You're almost gonna get to the point now where he throws the fridge on him and he goes outside, and you'll see probably the most cringe thing ever. And you think the house
This
is
is
gonna
already
turn on
cringe.
fire, but it doesn't. You'll see what happens.
It's just bad. Like I was laughing the whole time. It was that funny. But yeah, going back to the Bailey thing, there was actually a SAP Center exclusive shirt that you could only get.
Yeah, I
at
saw that with the shark on
shark
it.
on it.
Brandon,
So how
I'm
do you
gonna
feel
buy
about
that for
that?
you, Brandon. I'm gonna
No,
buy
I
that
want
for
it.
you.
But I'm
Oh,
saying
it's
for
gonna
you,
happen.
As a Bailey fan, how do you feel about?
I don't
you
want
hate
the
the
shark
San Jose
on it.
Sharks. How do you
Yeah.
feel about Bailey?
Also, Trey is what is he talking about? Anaheim cannot be number 2. How is St. Louis not number 2 on our most hated list, bud?
But what did you think of that shirt, though?
Lame. Like everything Bailey has. I mean,
she got a huge hero's welcome tonight, and like everyone's saying, and I even agree with it. I think Alexa winning was too premature.
I agree.
But and like Kyle said, I'm shocked they didn't let Charlotte become the first ever woman to have both belts. Because Vince wants Charlotte as like the next like great woman to ever great.
Right. I mean, essentially they kind of picked a nobody if you really look at it from where Lexi came from. You know what I mean?
And like she was saying on Raw Talk, like she wasn't part of the 4 horsewomen, and she's had to work for everything, work extra hard to get herself in that conversation with those other women.
Right.
Your boy Trey Paris
Right.
is Wilder number 2, bro. F Suter.
How is dude? We're over Suter. Why are Preds fans still on this? Who cares? We have Ryan Ellis and freaking Roman Yossi and Subban and Ekholm. I don't care about any Predator defenseman that ever played for this team before. They're all irrelevant to me now. Kimmo Timonen's I.
Sorry. Anything you want to add about this show that you've seen so far?
I'm kind of pissed off that the Hardys got taken out. I mean, it's better for them because it's gonna break them. But
you're Ty, you're gonna love this. So I read it earlier on the show. I actually think we're getting Broken Gimmick tomorrow, from just based on what happened with the tweets. Sheamus, okay, this is Sheamus for one tweeting at first, and at one point you saw the point in the match where Jeff got kneed in the face and he lost a tooth, right?
Dude, that was crazy.
I
Yeah,
think he got a concussion from that, but that's a whole different story.
I can imagine.
Yeah, anyways, Sheamus tweets. He says, "Toothless and broken." This is Sheamus saying, and broken. He put broken in all capitals. Tonight was delightful. That was Sheamus tweeting that. So Matt Hardy quote retweets it and says, "You obsolete heretics have no idea what you've just done."
Oh, dude, it's on. It's on.
Broken Gimmick
But it's not
is
gonna.
coming.
It's not gonna be as good. I mean, TNA, they were allowed to do so much more stuff.
A
There's
lot of
no
people
way
don't know
Vince
this.
is gonna let them.
It was TNA was the one producing it, but a lot of the creative control was Hardy's. They even
That's what I'm saying. But
produced
Vince is
the-
not gonna let them
Vince is
have
not
that
gonna let
much
him do
creative
that.
control. There's no way.
I want to see Vanguard.
You want to see the drone fly through the arena?
What did you think about your boys KO and Jericho match?
It was a good match.
Did you?
It was an okay match.
Did you think the ending
I like
made
that.
any
I
sense?
like that KO is coming to Raw. I thought that all along, because I think.
You think he's
Yeah,
coming back?
I told you guys a long time ago when it first happened. I said he's not going to stay there after they announced
man,
the belt.
they got the Fozzy tour. I'm saying that
Yeah.
Jericho and Owens is owed a rematch. He was champion. He gets a rematch. Owens is going to get his rematch this week on SmackDown. He's going to win the title from Jericho, and they're going to do like a brutal spot where Jericho gets taken out, and that's going to send him into the Fozzy tour.
Oh, I was too high for that complex thinking already, but yeah.
I just don't know why they decided to give Jericho the belt. If there was a match that should have ended by
see
DQ,
what I
should have been this match. Jericho win by DQ.
right. See what I thought though with Jericho going to SmackDown. I think that it's going to open up a spot for like Shinsuke or one of the new guys that are coming up to take a belt.
Yeah, but the problem is if Owens has to go back over to Raw, you're losing a huge talent for SmackDown.
Yeah, that's true.
And
But I mean, does
SmackDown-
Vince care? Do they care really?
Not really,
No.
'cause he seems to be ripping Raw of all its talent, and the
Exactly.
SmackDown talent that they've gotten, they haven't used them yet.
Right.
So
Yeah, which is kind of shocking. How is SmackDown not using better talent? It makes no sense. They used nothing for a year and were better, and now they're getting all this better talent and they're not using it.
to me, it
I don't
seems
get
Raw,
it.
Raw's the place for the established people to go, and SmackDown's the place where they go to like kind of build them as a star.
Yeah,
and kind of make
it's
them into a main
it's
event.
NXT 2.0.
It really is. You look at Alexa, you look at what they redid with Miz, revitalizing his career.
Right.
He went over to Raw too with Alexa. And Ambrose, I mean, whatever. Ambrose is Ambrose. But most of the guys that they sent over to Raw were people that SmackDown built up very well, and I think they're missing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to add to this this dumpster fire pay-per-view
So far, what
endings
have
that
you
we
seen?
saw so much?
Well, I just finished up the House of Horror match, and
that's
yeah,
part one.
it's pretty garbage. So
Yeah, wait till you
what?
get to part 2.
Yeah, there's a part 2 after
They're
the
in
next
the
match.
ring after, but you gotta wait because in between that they have the Joe Rollins match.
I'm about to say I met Joe and Rollins. What? There's no way.
Yeah,
Why
they're
would
coming
they
in the ring
do
after.
this?
Yeah,
Would they
and
do
the crowd paid to see this on the jumbotron. And
Yeah, I
they
heard
are
Trent
absolute
talk
crickets
about that.
apart.
I would be
Wait till you
so
get there.
mad. I'd be
So-
so pissed off.
So we got a minute left with you, Tyler Jones. What else you want to add here for
Oh, nothing much, man. I haven't really watched it all yet, so I can't really give you a review on it or anything or a
wait
rating.
till you're gonna love your boy Strowman though.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'll give you guys a nice big.
know,
I wish I could do the
This is for you listening. This is the guy that was Team Braun from day one, ladies and gentlemen.
Day
This
one.
guy was Team
Cappy
Braun
used to make
before-
fun of me and call me a casual because I'm like, I love this
Yeah.
guy. He could destroy everything. If this was real fighting, he would kill everyone, and he already
But
is. It's great.
He has turned me into a Team Braun member. I love this guy, and Tyler Jones is a day one Strowman fan, and I'm glad that he's finally starting to show that potential that he had. So good for you, Tyler.
All I have to say is
Not
thanks,
the
Vince.
bandwagon. So
He did one good thing for me.
yeah. All right, Tyler. We'll talk to you.
All
later.
right, buddies. Well, I'll talk to you later. I'm sure. Are you
Enjoy
guys
the
getting on
rest of the
Xbox
pay-per-view.
later?
Yeah, let me know what you're doing. Let me know when you watch a Strowman match.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
Are
do
you
some
are you guys getting on the box later?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we'll get on
see.
the we'll go in the box. We'll get on the box.
All right. All right.
Talk to you
All
later.
right. Deuces, yo. Love you, boys. Oh, also Irrelevance. Fuck you. Bye.
Oh god, what an end to that phone call.
Relevance, if you're listening, this guy
Calling you out. He's
calling you out as a Braun.
Oh
member.
man, I can't wait. I actually would love to sit there and listen to his reaction with this part 2.
Yeah,
and listen to the crickets.
It's bad.
Yeah.
So anyone else?
Anyone else out there that wants to call into the show? The Lowdown Show is the name on Skype. Search us up, add us on the contact list. I'll add you in. I'll get you on the show.
Juggy, where are you at?
he's in the chat. I asked Juggy to call in, and let me bring it up here.
Is he at work?
I forget what he said. No, I think he's at home. I think he has like people in the back. Juggy, we don't care if there's people in the background, man. Just call. I don't care. He's like the girlfriend's kids are running around amok. Those little jerks are not going to sleep.
No.
That's all right, Juggy. But it's all right,
If you
man.
don't want to be loud, we understand. But if you want to call in, by all means, we'll.
Yeah.
How long are we gonna stay on if no one calls? Another 10 minutes?
Yeah, another 10 minutes. But we'll just talk right now. Something I want to bring up here. I'm trying to think of a next feud for Rollins. I can't. Nothing's coming to mind. Oh no! Never mind. Hang on. We got a call, and it's Juggy. We got him in. Let me connect him through. I think okay. The other party can't see me, but Juggy's calling in. Juggy, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
There he is.
Hey.
The Twitter fan of the month.
Yeah,
for
Twitter
March.
fan of the month for March. Sorry
Yeah,
you didn't win
last-
April, but
Yeah.
you had to give it to someone else.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah. By the way, I wanted to ask you: Did you get anything good in those packs that we sent you?
Hell
Any
yes.
cards?
Yeah, I got those cards.
Yeah. Did you open the packs?
Did I open them? No, they're still in plastic.
Oh, you didn't open the packs yet?
They're
Hell
not
no.
rare. Just open them. You might
They're
get
not
something
rare,
good.
Man. We wanted to have you to open those, see what you get in them.
Oh my god. See, now I got shit.
You might get a Roman Reigns autograph. Who knows?
Yeah. I always wanted to know if you got like a relic or something, or a matte relic, or a shirt relic, or an autograph. Like those are packs for you to open, man. They're not for you to save closed.
Okay, well, when I go back in my office, I'll go in there and check it
Yeah,
out.
do like a live video of you opening the packs. Post it on your YouTube channel or something.
Shit,
That'll get a lot of views.
Anyways, Juggy, you watch Payback?
Oh my god.
Your boy got roasted tonight.
My boy always gets roasted. Dang.
I actually feel bad for him
Roasted for the
tonight.
past 2 years.
2 years? What do you mean? He's been getting pushed for 2 years.
Yeah, and roasted and buried. I can't say buried.
So, what did you like from this show?
The Hardy match.
I agree. That was the segment
Pretty much
for me.
it.
Did you like the heel turn at the end?
I knew it was coming because I just know without a shadow of a doubt they're not about to turn the Hardys heel just yet. Maybe down the line, but that's not about to happen no time soon. They need to sell their merch.
See, to me, I don't think they'll ever be heel. I think they're too popular to be heel. If anything, they'd be tweeners at the most.
I don't know. You always could make them heel, and everybody still cheers them. I mean, they did it with AJ, so.
Yeah, that's true.
I honestly think it's going to happen. They're going to go to those big towns. They're going to go to New York, Philly, all those big cities, and Cesaro is going to get cheered like a motherfucker, and then Sheamus is going to get booed like he always does. They're going to do the fun thing. But they boo him not out of, like, disrespect. They boo him because it's fun to boo him. And they like doing the Cesaro cheer first, then the Sheamus boo, then the Cesaro cheer, then the Sheamus boo.
Now, did you think that Jeff Hardy was concussed from that Sheamus spot where he...
Absolutely. He was just so discombobulated, man.
Because he jumped on the other side of the rope. Did you see that?
Right at the end, he was on the wrong corner. What'd you say?
He didn't know where he was.
Yeah, literally, he was on the wrong corner. If you go back and watch it, you can hear the ref go, Jeff Hardy, you're in the wrong corner. And then he, the camera cuts away, and it cuts him back to the right corner.
Dude, it was so. I hope he's not too concussed behind that and everything. It'll probably ruin everything for tomorrow.
Oh, we've had so many concussions lately. It's just we're all gun shy because we just hope it's.
Yeah, we got Sarah Mahal almost killing Balor.
Yeah, safety.
It's new diet, man.
It's that new diet, man. The new diet makes him hit harder. It's not steroids. What are we talking about?
Speaking of that, why do they feel the need to bring him and the bitch boys to Payback?
Yeah, what do you think of that House of Horrendous match? We got to get your thoughts on it.
God, dude, I've been tweeting it. I've been saying it in the chat. I'm like, Impact produced better quality than that. That was just awful.
Actually, the final deletion shit on Impact was actually all produced by the Hardys. TNA had nothing to do with that. That's why the Hardys hate how TNA tries to take credit for it, because it actually was all the Hardys. They produced it. They did everything.
I think WWE tried too hard with this.
I mean, they tried it before with the Wyatts and the New Day, and there was an epic fail then, so I don't know why they would try it again.
See, the only thing I liked was when Randy Orton burned down the Wyatt compound. I thought that was awesome.
Out of this whole feud, yeah.
That segment was great, but then they failed with a follow-up.
Exactly. The rest of the feud was lackluster. The match at Mania was awful. Yeah. The match tonight, I mean, both parts were horrible.
Can we not talk about that cringeworthy match?
I don't know about you, but I was dying laughing when the house...
At a Mania.
I was dying laughing when the house turned from blue to red, and it did nothing.
And I'm surprised there's no CGI in this. No CGI.
Yeah, there were some worms in the house or something.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
I found it comical because it was that bad. Like, I was laughing hysterically at how bad. And it was supposed to be scary. I was not scared at all.
Yo, and how out of character is Bray Wyatt taking a limo?
Yeah, why is he in a limo? And by the way, who was driving that tractor at the beginning of it? That thing that just, drove by.
That was the ghost of, what's his name? The gardener for the Hardys. What's his name? Senor Benjamin.
I think it would have been great if we would have seen Sister Abigail somewhere tonight.
Dude, that would have been great, but still...
I know you don't like where Jinder came into it, and I didn't like how Bray had to win dirty. I think he should have won clean, as opposed to having Singh brothers and Jinder in there.
Yeah, because he needs to go into Raw hot. I don't know why they're doing this. All he's doing is going to Raw. He's going to get buried again like he has been for the past few years.
I think Trey was saying that, he liked that Jinder got involved, but I don't know. I think they played too big of a role in the match, especially the ending of the match.
Jinder, though, why? Why do they?
We've already talked about this so many times. He's going for the wrong title.
It's the team,
I can get behind him in the mid-card title.
It's the India push. They want to expand India to see how many people are there and how much merch they sell from Roman. You should love India. They love your boy Roman over there.
Oh yeah, because Roman's awesome.
They have a shrine for that motherfucker.
What else, Juggy? What else did you like or not like from this? What else do you want to talk about?
Speaking, I actually like that Strowman got a win over him, but why did Roman have to be hurt?
Yeah, and he was like at 40%. I don't even think he was at 50%. Is that the only way they can make Strowman lose or win over Roman is if he's banged up and can't win clean?
And they still get Roman over during Raw Talk. That's funny.
I saw it coming.
Even you as a Reigns fan, you can even say, like, that was ridiculous, but...
It was stupid, like, why? Why is Strowman running away from Reigns?
Hey, he laid it in
why
boxes.
was he running away from a guy that was coughing up blood?
He laid it in boxes. How is he hurt?
I don't know.
But
like I was saying, he should have appeared on live events for the last 2 weeks. He should have just kept him off for the entire thing. And have him come back tonight as his first night back.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anything else you want to add tonight? Good or bad?
Bailey.
Bad or good?
Bad.
Yeah, thank you.
Come on, you can't
Just
go for
no.
Team Bliss on this one tonight, Joey.
I'm with you. I'm all for Bliss being on top. All for it.
I mean, I am too in all different ways. But
just
What'd you say?
I said the whole thing is just shit, though. Like, everything that they've done with Bailey for the past several months is just shit. I can't get behind her with this nonsense.
No, she's like she was billing herself as an underdog as a champion. How does that make sense? How are you an underdog if you're the champion? Who are you chasing?
I don't know. You would think they would have had learned their lesson the first time with Mysterio, but obviously they didn't.
No. It was cringe. I'm actually in a way glad that Bailey's lost the title because then her stupid underdog story can actually make sense now.
Maybe her second run will hopefully be better than this.
Hopefully, because I'm not liking her, man. I just want Sasha to beat the god-living shit out of her, man. Hey, maybe that'll knock some sense into her or something.
Yeah, maybe we need to see an aggressive side of Bailey.
Yeah, like how she was in NXT. I don't understand. Like,
right? That's what I say all the fucking time. Like, what happened to that? What happened to the Sasha of NXT? It's like they got watered down so much, man. I hate it.
I think the Sasha's
as wrong as this sounds, like I just need like Vince to like go and like have a massive like stroke or something and like not be able to run Raw no more and like just let Triple H take over everything.
It's sad. It's sad, but it's sort of true. Like we don't want. He's got to like. He's so senile and it's so out of touch. It's bad.
I mean, the guy's the god of wrestling. Like there would be no WWE without Vince McMahon, but at the same time, he's got to know when he's losing touch. And right now, he just does not know what's best for the product, and he always comes out and says, "Oh, I always do what the fans want me to do." Well, clearly not.
So.
No. And even with y'all, with Roman and everything, I'm not understanding why they keep on trying to push him as a face.
That's the thing. Like, we don't hate Roman as a person, and we don't... I actually enjoy Roman in the right spot. But when he's been shoved down our throats for a year and a half, that's what I have a problem with. It could be anybody. It happens to be Roman. It could have been Cena. It could have been Ambrose, Rollins.
And
it just happened to be Roman.
Remember this when after Reigns' first run with the main title, when he went back down to the U.S., people were actually cheering him again.
Wow.
For a while.
For a little bit.
Jericho to win it, and then they started booing him again.
It's bad.
I can't think of any saving grace right now.
The whole WWE is just bad right now.
I don't know where they go with Roman and Strowman from here. Like, is Roman being written off TV now because of that? Or is he going to be back on Raw tomorrow?
What they don't do about their main event? Reigns is gone. Let me know if we see a Lesnar sighting.
Yeah. We won't see it till Great Balls of Fire.
Oh, God.
Talk about that horrendous pay-per-view.
Bad blood to Great Balls of Fire.
But yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. This pay-per-view, like I said, I gave it a 4 out of 10. What did you give it, Juggy?
I gave it a 3 just because of the tag team match.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree.
Broken
no.
slash
I could actually enjoy the cruiserweight match.
Sorry?
Just the sucked.
Yeah. The ending of Cruiserweight match was.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Yeah, like the whole ref thing, was that necessary?
No. God, no.
And like I said, this pay-per-view probably could have been a 7 or an 8 for me if the endings would have made sense and been a lot better. Because the The matches were actually pretty decent.
And Reigns and finish was, I can get behind that, but everything else is just kind of I don't know. It gives me an aneurysm thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, we had very low expectations going into this. I think at a 4, it exceeded my expectations. Sadly, at a 4 out of 10.
Yeah,
because I was thinking it would be about a 2.
But the paper none of us was excited for,
yeah, so
but
it slightly exceeded my expectations. But like I said, it still was not good by any means.
5 better than Fastlane.
Yeah, Fastlane was literally a 0 out of 10. Like, nothing happened. Everything that happened just made me angry. Nothing made me happy from that pay-per-view. It negatively affected my
I didn't
personal
waste my
health.
money to go see it.
Yeah, I feel bad for the people tonight that went to that and had to watch a match on the Jumbotron for half an hour.
You watch the first half of the match, and then you get another match.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts, Juggy, for the last 30 seconds of your call here?
Okay. Payback sucked. Reigns is a god, and
yeah.
And what?
and fuck you, Greg.
I love this new Greg
I love
and
the
Juggy
beef.
feud.
I love the beef between the fans.
We need a no
man.
holds barred match between you guys, man. We need to film this at the no holds barred
Compound.
Have you two
No.
have
No,
a
can we-
match.
Can we do it in no holds barred ring, please? Like, I don't want to do it at the compound.
Well, I'm just saying it would be a lot better than the House of Horrors match already.
Dude, it'll be better than anything that the WWE is putting on right now.
That's definitely going in the match of the year candidates
Yeah.
already. Or sorry, not best, worst match of the year candidate.
We'll see.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, Juggy, for calling in. So,
All right, man, no-
We'll talk to you on the Lowdown Show this week. We'll expect your tweets. The big dog, always in the house.
Definitely will. The big dog is always coming in last with the tweets, just like the Rumble.
Beautiful. Number 30 entrant every week. Juggy Badass, ladies and gentlemen. The man. All right, Juggy. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good night.
All right, good night.
All right.
That was Juggy Brown, man. Oh God! I got some breaking news here, guys, and it involves Kevin Owens. Someone tweeted at WWE Road Dogg and said, "Please fill us in, Do Double G. Will Kevin Owens be staying on SmackDown or going to Raw?" This is what Brian James had to say. Oh, I just botched that up here. All right. Man, I just botched. I had it open and I closed it. Here you go. He says, Kevin Owens is a SmackDown Live talent, and now Chris Jericho is our new U.S. champ, and he is too. So they're both on SmackDown. Someone then tweeted at him, "You guys didn't explain that well on TV." He's like, "Maybe we could have done it better, but a lot of people understood it. Lesson learned, though."
Well, at least
I don't think a lot of people understood it. Maybe the people backstage understood it.
Because no one knew what they're doing. No
Yeah.
one ever does.
No. Clearly with the whole shakeup and stuff, but I don't have any other Skype calls lined up. I think that's going to end it off for tonight.
Did Greg fall asleep?
I think Glorious Ray falls asleep. He's even offline on Skype here. But, guys, if you're just tuning in now, I think I'm going to wrap it up for the Skype calls, but we will do it.
Try to do it, every pay-per-view?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Juggy Brown. Kyle Masters, a.k.a. Dana Bosch's better half. Yeah. I botch better than she does.
That
And-
Michinoku driver.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she botches better than me. What am I talking about?
Thank God she wasn't on the card tonight.
Oh, my God. But I think that's going to do it for the Skype calls. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for all you Skype calls that called in today. We'll try to do this again on another podcast. We'll see what happens. But, again, tune into the Lowdown Show every Thursday or Friday night. We do our SmackDown and Raw review. We also do our top moments of the week, and we have WWE headlines, which we have our news and rumors part of the show.
And your tweets.
And your tweets out there. We read your tweets and questions and reviews from Raw and SmackDown. So go follow us on Twitter at No Holds Barred WP. We also have Facebook and Instagram at No Holds Barred WP. So go give us a follow on there. If you guys want to listen to the podcast, you can follow us on multiple platforms. And that is Spreaker.com/NHBWP. That is our main platform right there. We're also on YouTube at YouTube.com/NHBWR. We're also available on Stitcher Radio and iTunes by searching up The Lowdown Show. And you'll find us there. Go give us a 5-star rating if you would please. If you would also love to support the podcast, there are 2 ways on doing that. One is Patreon. Patreon, as little as $1 a month, can support the podcast in huge ways, guys. And there are some fantastic giveaways and exclusivity for certain amounts you donate per month. Again, as little as $1 a month supports the podcast. So patreon.com/NHBWP. You can also help support the podcast in our WrestleMania trip. We have a GoFundMe account, gofundme.com/NHBMania. It basically is solely purposed on us getting to WrestleMania next year. Anything goes towards, gas money or anything, because we are driving from Niagara Falls, Canada, all the way down to New Orleans. We are driving there, and we'll be doing a lot of stuff. A lot of money will support us in what we're doing down there. We're going to do a lot of podcasting down there, some vlogs, some contests. The prizes are going to be unbelievable. I already got some prizes lined up. Maybe some autographs I can get from Access that day. Who knows?
If we get more money, we add more prizes.
We add more prizes. So that's the way to do it, guys, and support the podcast those two ways. Other than that, that is going to wrap it up today for the Payback 2017 review right here on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, a Canadian-based WWE podcast that reviews the WWE and have no holds barred on anything to say, pun intended.
Thank you to Trey, Tyler, Michael Chau, and Juggy for calling in tonight.
Yep, thank you guys. And I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and joined always by my co-host. He is the blissful boss champion.
New champ, baby.
Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy.
Yep. Team Bliss.
Team Bliss, and see you guys next time.
It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is grown mad, if we just hold on, if we just